Police Mulala. Let's wait for some person to come on. Let's get started. It's a super sale. Now you know it's cricket going on in the Caribbean. For Justo now. Come on, Justo. Come on, Justo. Let's do it. Right now, as you guys know, Western is playing South Africa in St. Lucia. So that's a big game going on. So most people will be locked in watching the cricket today. Fantastic stuff. But West Indies came on strong, and I kind of don't like the direction that this is going. Seeing what happened in the last test. But hopefully the boys and them can pull through and bring it home. Yes, man. Let me tune into my Facebook on my phone so I can see who's joining us. Yeah, this is something I have to usually do. For some reason, it wouldn't show me up there. Justo, look, you on Olawi and Vini, Justo. Come in. Come into the live, Justo. Testing, 1, 2. Right out here now. All right, here we go. Hi, Miriam John. Sakafet. Thanks for joining the live. Moi aussi, c'est bon. I know tomorrow is Father's Day, so I'm not sure if this is the reason why Justo decided to not come on the live. But Justo, hurry up. What are you saying, Damien? Big up to you one time. Justo come in. You know, we gonna need you here, man, even though you're not a father today, but you're still raising kids. So you have to be a biological father for you to get your praises. You know what I mean? We are all fathers in different ways. Justo come on. Let me send this link real quick. So before I get caught up tomorrow in my cricket and I don't get to tell all of our lovely fathers Happy Father's Day, let me tell them in advance. And you know, we have lots to talk about, some good fathers and some bad fathers. So let's get the good fathers out of the way first. And then we go continue. But I want Justo to be on because I know he might have quite a bit to share with us and share with our listeners as well. Because from a different perspective. All right, let me send one more to a family group chat. And then we will proceed. Come on, what's that, you know? Oops, but THE. Right? Okay, yeah, yes, boom. All right. My apologies. All right. Yes, man. So as you guys know, it's storming in Dominica. Big storm going on. Everybody's scared. So I make my little kako tea and I put a little lemon ginger in it. I was born in Dominica. I was raised in Dominica. So, you know, anywhere I go, I still Dominican, you know. You can't take that away. Even though I'm in the diaspora for 100 years, I'm still Dominican. So I was just realizing earlier. So I have a shirt that says born. But my friend Valeska Schillenford is the one who made it. And it's been 6 years and those shirts are still going strong. I bought like 4 or 5 initially. And yeah, they're still going strong. So those shirts are durable. You get them, and I guess probably they're too strong because I haven't bought any new ones yet in all those years, and they're still going strong. And I still wearing them. I still rocking them everywhere I go in. But speaking of which, I need to patronize her and keep it going because she came on the scene and put a product that wasn't there. So all it is a map of Dominica with Born inside it. So she have dress, she have swimwear, she has even for kids now. She has the hat, the cover. I say hat cover. Yeah, man, big things are going. So if you haven't given your great dad a gift, it's still not too late. Ensure that you take care of the fathers because when it's Mother's Day, we go all out. And every day we know it's Kids Day, we take care of the kids all the time. But now it's the father's turn. Give the fathers a little something. Show them that we appreciate them, you know. Because we see time and time again, you give the father goes to the bar or to the rum shop, and that's his Father's Day. Let's go to the store. Let's buy something for our fathers. You know what I mean? But very seldomly we see that happening. So I mean, like I saw one of my colleagues in Dominica saying that the sales for stuff in Dominica was not that good for dads. But that's like always the case. And I mean, it's something that fathers live with, you know, it's a special dinner, a special lunch, and it's an easy day, you know. But hey, I mean, everybody is more sympathetic towards the mom because she's more caring. If you give her a teddy bear or a pan of chocolate, she'll be more appreciative of that compared to a guy. So this is the reaction. So most people don't go buying gifts for dads, because they are hardcore. Give them a cutlass, a pair of boots, give them a bottle of alcohol that they might feel a little better. Give them a thing to go to the barber shop. It's like bar and barber shop. These are the two things men probably appreciate more than anything else in the world. You get them a bar or a barber shop, and that's it. So yeah, but it's big things are going on the island, all over the world. So if you're a great dad supporting your kids 100%. No, we have some men. They did bring kids into the world, and I wanna let them know we still love them, but they did a great job by bringing the kids into the world. But that wasn't all. Who has to be there to represent, to support the kids, to help the kids grow? Let me start with my father, for instance. I met the man for the first time when I was 21 years old. I spoke to the man for the first time when I was 17 years, 10 days, and 1,700 hours. I mean, I'm thankful that he brought me here, but I'm thankful that he wasn't there to raise me because perhaps he would have raised me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And kudos to my mom. I know she might be listening. Thanks for raising me right. You know what I'm saying? But some kids would probably were not fortunate enough to have grandpa, uncles to assist in upbringing the kids, you know what I mean? To make sure they stay on the right path. Because this is very important. And we see young men being juveniles early and the delinquent, and we're not taking into consideration who raised those kids. Was their father involved in raising them? And this is where society is locking up our young men, imprisoning them, not realizing they're supposed to be here raising their families, you know what I mean? And some people are innocent and they're in jail. And we see the disparity between different colors and different races being arrested and put in prison for no reason. And before the trial, all of a sudden, they take a plea deal and they're in jail. Or if you say you did it, we're gonna give you 5 years instead of 10 years. And everybody feels like that's a deal. And the DAs, they sign off and boom, we got him, we got him. This guy is innocent, but you gave him a deal that he couldn't refuse. So all in all, we have to keep our family nucleus tight. And we're seeing more and more young men are standing up to the plate. When they have kids, they are taking care of their kids. So gone are the days when men would just make the kids and walk away. Now we are seeing more young men standing up to the plate. And you can go on Facebook and you can go on social media, and those guys are not just bragging about their kids. They actually care about the kids, and they will give their kids the shit on their back, their last bottom dollar, to ensure that the kids are doing great. So yeah, gone are the days when the fathers would just pick up and go on, and because the mom isn't with them and not taking care of their kids. No, and part of that is because of the welfare system in some countries, that they will ensure that before you get your salary, the kids get theirs first. So even if it's that way, it's coming out, but it's working at least. I mean, it's not just, it's not fair, but at least some men are taking care of their kids, or majority. And moreover, now less people are having kids. If you look at it, I mean, that's the reason that population might be decreasing, because of all the stipulations and all the people losing all their salaries. Because when you look at your salary and you're checking, oh shit, I paid $24,000 last year in child support. Like, holy Jesus. This is like, yeah, this is like a double mortgage. You know what I'm saying? You pay $1,000 a month for a mortgage, give and take where you live in. So there's more things we look at, and yeah, but our fathers, yeah, man. If it's not for fathers, they don't have no babies. So the same way we can thank the mothers, but Father's Day we have to stand up and support the men, because the men is part of the family. That's what keeps the family together, a unit. Like we always say, one finger might be able to go to the screen, but the whole face, boom, the mother, the father, the kids, the nucleus right there is complete. It's a complete cell. Like everything that's incomplete, it's not working right. But when it's complete, everything working fine, tuk, 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 like a fine-tuned machine. Yes, man. Only just no, just usually the one scene when new people come on there. Oh, here we go. Okay. What's up, Danny? Hi, Marel. Hi, Nelly. Hi, Miss Lynn. Sakafet, Sakafet. Hi, Francis. Yeah, man, because you hardly find fathers playing that part in Dominica. Because for fathers, you just go to work, come back home, take out their boots, take a little rest, head to the shop. go drink their drink, come back home with a little booze in their head. You know what I mean? And it's been acceptable pretty much. So men are not allowed to do the dishes or sweep the house or help do the laundry. Nope. You go to work and you come back home, you knock your boots off and you free up. But now with wives going to work and women, engaging in jobs, we have to share the responsibilities. And men are becoming, more aware of that, and they're becoming more supportive. At least certain days they'll come home, cook dinner, they'll ensure that the house is clean. Wifey comes home. And this is something that men has to be taught, because some men, or like I recall my stepdad, he would come from work and from sea. As soon as he come home, fish is sold, he go get his rest. And if we making noise, shh, pila, let him take his rest. And this is something now that the women now go to work, and when they come home tired, somebody have to do the cooking. If the man comes home first, he have to start the chores. The wife, he comes home first. Whoever comes home first starts the chores. And yeah, man. Now, man, she show for when I growing up, you couldn't warm food. When they cook a pot of yam pen tonight, well, we could fry it in the morning, whatever. But to say next day for lunch, we are eating warm food from the day before, Ipani's house. But no, we will cooking for 2-3 days. Hi, Tina, sakafet. And, they're making it work, because we have to adjust with the times. Gone are the days when every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner have to cook. Is not if, but, or maybe. My grandfather and fathers wasn't eating warm food, not to save their life. You have to make breakfast first thing in the morning, their coffee, next thing followed by breakfast, and then their lunch and dinner after. Well, the lunch come meet them in the farm, and then their dinner either at home. And don't forget that big cup of arrowroot, or if it's what they calling it, a little cow's milk with a little furry in that. Aye. To talk about that. So every night it's either arrowroot, so you could either put like a bread in your arrowroot. It's arrowroot or like a spice tea. Yeah, man, then people there wasn't dealing with no cream of wheat and them business there. It's a tuluma. That is what they knew. So they knew how what they call food survival. They always had, if it's a half bag of tuluma, they selling all the rest, but a half bag of tuluma staying right there. That is for local consumption. They have farm, they have their dashing, they have their fig, they have tugwen banan, they have their stuff. They have a avocado tree. They will sell from all the other trees, but that one there is for the home. They have a tooth can. They go squeeze a little vizu to feed their family. So we have to kind of continue that. We can't have our backyard full of grass. They had two yam tree in the backyard, a two-free coconut tree. So they always had jelly, always had a dry nut. Yeah, man, and we have to kudos to our fathers. So now we looking at the landscape in the countryside, and we're not seeing those plants. Our fathers now are into more white collar jobs than being in the farms. So give and take society kind of changes. So we kind of have to adjust accordingly, because now we have more white collar workers and blue collar workers. Now we're seeing grass in our backyards. And yeah, you have to take the good with the bad and the ugly at the same time. You know what I mean? Just the way you are, just to Vinny. I know you think you mightn't be a father, but you're raising kids. You know what I mean? So all the dads out there want biological fathers, but they step to the plate and take care of their kids. Kudos to you. So let me go up to Delices and pick up some of our great dads you've seen had multiple kids, and they still took care of everybody in spite of all odds. People like Mr. Desmond James did a fantastic job. I always tell him, Sel bagay, haishi and the but he took care of all his kids, and regardless of the circumstances, he stood and he made sure everybody was educated. And you know what I mean? This is the kind of thing. And coming to church with the wife and supporting the vibration. If we need more young men to stand up alongside their wives and do it right, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Cecil Roberts, Mr. Hesketh Alexander, you know what I'm saying? Yes, man, you watch those guys and you're like, this is the model you want to be like when you grow up. You know what I mean? They're there with the wifey step by step, and they go into prayer meeting together. They come to events together. They live in together. Yes, man. Fellas like Awa. Yeah, man. Hi, Junie. Sakafet. Big up to you one time. Yeah, man. Once again, we want to thank all the folks who assisted with getting our soccer shoes and our soccer team ready. We still have we're still requesting fund for the protective gear, like their shin guards and their socks. We will be also working on their jerseys. So every little bit counts. And you guys know it's state of our playing field. We still have rocks, so we have to kind of get those rocks removed. So we can get tools and get the people working. Yes, man. We're gonna get a state-of-the-art savannah when we're done. But we need everybody's help, everybody's assistance. Yeah, because Mr. Justo John, it was about time. Let me bring him on. What you saying, Mr. John?
Good evening, good evening, good evening to everyone and all. This at home and abroad. You don't know, Mr. Benji. Happy Father's Day in advance to you, the man. Happy
Thank you,
Father's
thank
Day
you,
to you,
thank
man,
you.
and everybody else on the platform. There's
Yes,
that
man.
watching, there's that will restream, there's that will watch it later on in the week, man. Happy Father's Day to all you, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, man.
More strength. That is
And
what
and
we
our
need out there.
and our prospective fathers, don't stop trying, you know. Our prospective fathers, don't stop trying, man. You have to keep trying.
Well,
One day.
I skipped the prospective part.
Uh-huh.
I just became a father. That was it.
Oh, I was just saying earlier,
That process is too much of a long process, man.
we change diaper. You have to wake up late at early morning, early hours, late hours. Or you full
If
time
you
way.
if you lucky, you get 5 minutes of passionate sex, then you get
What?
then you get a 9 months delay, and within that 9 months, you have a 5 months. You don't know if it's a girl or a boy.
We
Then you
boy,
have
you know
3-4 hours in the hospital after water break.
what
Then you
free
have
for
couple.
hours? You mean days?
Oh, gee. But I was telling you. So that process there, I skip all.
You
I skip
skipping?
that I skip that. I just go straight. I just go straight to the thing, man.
Yes, man.
Actually, they probably even get me. I don't even know it happened. So what you say? I just give you a break, so you can express yourself as a father and
Yeah, man. I mean,
talk to the
I was just
masses and
giving
let them know.
I was just giving kudos to some of the dads who did a great job over the years,
I
you
was
know.
listening. I was listening. I was
Okay,
listening.
what is so my point, or you felt you were not a biological father, so you're taking a break. But next year, always there, man. According to your
Listen.
grandmother, Mado, she would say,
Hold
Deme
on,
toujours
hold
là.
on. Don't come by apples in the bad bunch.
Oh, no,
Because
definitely not.
people like hold on, because people became a father because you wanted to be a father. Most of them fathers out there, they have children. And if it's the child choice, the child will calling them daddy.
Hey, a lot of them,
The
you're
child will
absolutely
want
right.
the child some of them children out there don't want the parents they have.
I wonder why.
But when you reach in a position like me now,
Right.
and you adopt some children, and 5 years down the line they decide when they turn 18 they want to take your name, my brother. That is bigger than giving birth to one.
Easy, easy, easy.
I don't know.
You
I don't know how you're looking at it. That child have any choice to walk out will be anything, turn anything into anything. And that child decides she want to turn into
absolutely.
an original John. She want to be looked at,
We
spoken to as mine. So I good, man. I'll
that
take
is an
it so.
adopted child. You good, you good, you good. You have
I'll
to change
take
no
it so.
diaper. You have to
Because
do no lay nothing.
at the end of the day, it's not a decision that was made for an individual.
Right, right,
Like how
right.
some
She made her
parents,
own decision.
some baby mothers just say that is your father.
A jacket.
I
To
don't
all
call
the
him a
fathers,
jacket brand
to all the
because
fathers
those
who have
days
a
there.
jacket, to all the fathers who have a jacket, happy Father's Day to all you. I mean, once you're taking care of the kid, after a while you build a bond with that child. So it doesn't matter if it's your biological child or not, but you build a bond already, and even though you find out you're not the father, you still will want to continue taking care of that child because it's a feeling, it's a vibration. You
My
check,
brother, listen, our child is an innocent thing.
yeah, man.
If you're telling
Mm.
me, you're walking on the road and you see a little goat choking, stifling on a rope, and you can go and cut the rope to save the goat. You see that child there with a mother there, and you see you can help that child out, and you do gonna help that child out. You don't say, yeah, man, he couldn't.
And some fathers walking away, that on its own. I have tried to fathom. My dad left when I was probably about 3 years old, right? I had a very little recollection of him. And he walked away. You see fathers nowadays doing that same thing. I'm like, and those kids not talking to their fathers, but I did build a relationship with him. We go back and forth. I use that as a prime example what I do not want to be like when I grow up. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
So sometimes you use the
that is what
negative
I don't
and
understand
turn
as
it
well. People want
into
to
a
tell you,
positive.
"Oh, I grew up with no father. I raised by myself, my mother, me and my mother alone." And then they go in and make sure and they put in the child for the same process.
Same thing. No man at all. Like me, I have 5 children and everybody life. I'm making sure I call everybody. And I have one they're giving me a little malted, but I not giving up. You check me? But things
But you
getting
see,
easier now
but none of
because,
them children do point finger at you and say, "I want you to be my daddy." You
nope,
that
not
decide
one.
you gonna make them call you daddy. You put your name on a register
Absolutely.
paper, registry paper,
Absolutely
and you
right.
register them as yours, and you don't
Yeah,
have to be
bro.
responsible for them.
You fully responsible because I told myself I wasn't making any kids.
Unlike me in my situation, I did not go through
Right.
none of that process. An
Yeah.
adult, an adult decided, you know what? You've been in my life for about 5 years. I really like the way you deal with me. I respect you a lot, and that is what I'm going to do for you when I turn 18. And I did that. I didn't tell my
Yeah.
mother I doing it. I didn't tell my father I doing it because I 18. That is what I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Right. Let
Happy
me say big
Father's
up.
Day.
Let me say
That
big
is
up to
like a
Polo Polo. One time, Polo Polo, big up to
that's
you.
like
Another
a blow to
awesome
the
dad from
chest, man.
Delices again. Big up, Polo Polo. Gunshot, I say it. Big up to you one time as well. I know Junie
But
watching and checking.
we have a good set of fathers in the community, and we have
Yes,
a good
man.
set
Yes,
of good
man.
for nothing fathers as well.
Oh
The
my
good for
God, I
nothing
know one
fathers,
there.
you don't have to forget them too,
So I recall when
because
Ian Ford and I.
they wouldn't look after their own, but they look after somebody else's own.
Def-
You get me? Because I know people in the community will tell you, boy, me, my father never do nothing for me. He's my uncle, and everything I wanted is my uncle.
yeah,
My father had his own family, and they're checking us, and it's my uncle I used to look after me. It's my uncle I used to check me. But if the father didn't
you cut enough way. You went off like your internet choking
them
just.
forth, or didn't make them,
Yeah, the father.
I don't
But
know.
just to, a father's
It's
job
so
is not
it
just to
is.
make you. Like you said, you were there and she saw how you reacting with her and your relationship with her. And she felt like you deserve to be called daddy, carry your title, right? But there are some fathers, they making the child carrying their name and they know where to be found. The child go primary school, secondary school, college, and you're not assisting the mom in bringing that child. And then that child becomes a juvenile delinquent and they call you and you know checking, but why is you they call in? But guess what? You were not there when you were supposed to be there, laying down the rod and correcting that child if you're going wrong. And this is where we need the fathers now to step in. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to take deep. If you watch society from way back in history, men has always played a pivotal role in from a family nucleus. They've always
Mhm.
been the one to put their feet down and sweep that whip and that kid gets in line. But nowadays, no, without the father, you say spare the road and spoil the child. So we see in so many kids going down the wrong path and say fuyofu, say COC depression because all they know is one side of the line. The father now will give a different perspective to everything. When the mom say no, it's no. If dad say let him do it because he father can see the benefit in him doing it. But when it's just one side, and then eventually that kid reaching in society, guess who's gonna be the police officer? Guess who's gonna be the judge? Probably the lawyers, right? All his life he's been used to females handling everything, and then all of a sudden males now have to handle it. He don't know how to deal with male. He feel like get his cutlass and do something crazy. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because even give me say within the demos I prefer no so Mark let me see like some stepdads try to intervene and some guys wouldn't I don't know my father, who is you? Because at no point in time they had this male figure above them. All they knew was just female, and all of a sudden now it's male, and them fellas can't cope with that. And coping skills is a something you have to be taught. You know what I'm saying? So now we appealing to all the fathers who are non-fathers, but they have kids. Step up to the plate and take up your responsibility because, as just
Well,
rightly said, the kids did not bring themselves here. So, okay, you. And as we telling the fathers, Happy Father's Day, let us tell the fathers who doesn't take care of the children, it's never too late. Go and take care of the kids because I know we're not drinking no rum tomorrow. And fellas talking about father and who is father and who is not father, all who want to be counted as the ones in the father, because when the bottle there and they say all fathers take a shot, you will take one. So go and take your responsibility. Allez, points enfants, these enfants.
No, the thing is no. For you to be able to take a shot in a drink, your child have to be there and say, yes, give my father a drink.
Fellas wouldn't drink now.
So now my thing on the table now. Any father can go by Ronnie tomorrow and tell Ronnie just to say that drink on the house if they come with their child. Any father. Go and get a spice or a step up or a wine by Ronnie, a shot, and say that just to say that drink on the house. But remember, you have to come with your child.
Bring your child. The child have to
and your child have to make that request. Give my daddy a Father's Day drink for me.
He deserves it.
That's my request. Yeah, don't go there and say your child at home or child with mommy. No. If you're a father, work with your father proudly.
Fellas like Hercules did a great job raising their kids, man. Fellas like Hercules did a great job, man.
Hercules moved mountains, boy.
Mountains for those kids, man. I telling you. Fellas like man. Like Yvonne, man. Those guys raised their kids, man. Those guys were there 24/7, every step of the way.
But you have to understand as well, Brent. Back then as well, the kids wasn't that hard to bring up, because you had the entire community together. You had the community raising the children.
Raising the children.
Brent, as bad as I good as I wasn't good, I cannot count 4 people in Delices. I already tell their mother this or their mother that, grown people, I can't count 4,
You fool.
But let me tell you, if I go 3 years younger than me, I cannot point out one young man 4 years younger than me and ask him, count the amount of people you already tell their mother this, and I put up both of my hands and I knee pay, and I still don't have enough fingers and toes.
Just hold on 1 second. Look, Polo said, I give him 5 fathers a drink if they do that same challenge that just requested. So 5 fathers. Like, guess what? I'm gonna do an additional 5 fathers. So we have how many fathers now? So another 5 fathers. If one can bring, so after just 2 fathers gone, Ian Polo father's gone, I have another 5 fathers to give their drink. Bring a little kid, and the kid say give daddy a drink because he has done a great job over the past year. More drinks for the fathers.
Listen, people on the live, share it, pass that message across.
Friends.
Send that message to all your husbands, send it to all your partners.
If they're from Boetica, if they're from
if they can go La Roche by Ronnie with their child and say, you know what, Father's Day, I with my child for the day, I want a drink on the house. Justo will pay for it.
And listen when Justo would finish,
you don't have limit to your credit. Go and get your drink. But remember, you have to go to your child.
When Polo undone, my own comment. Speaking of tomorrow, they're having breakfast. So the apartment committees having breakfast. So I did sponsor some breakfast for the elderly people that like Coco, like Evelyn. There's nobody cooking for them, and it's Father's Day. So I want to give back to the community. So I called with my contacts to organize. So you can call Jude Williams, what's the name? Hubert Moses and Janelle Geese. So this one of the people that are involved.
Who's organizing that breakfast then?
Janelle, Jude, Hubert, the whole apartment committee down in
Is it like a fundraiser thing?
It's like a fundraiser, yes. It's like a fundraiser.
Why is that funds for?
So the funds are to build a playground for the apartment complex because they do not have a playground as of right now. But that playground is so close to the playing field, it will be utilized as a playground for the entire area. Because when the kids are there watching sports, they don't understand what's happening. So
where are they planning to build it then?
Well, obviously there's ground above the apartment complex. I even tell them in between should be where that playground is. That parking lot they have in the middle should be a playground. So you can supervise the kids from being in your apartment, and then put a fence in the front, and then parking above. But they already put the parking in the middle. So I'm saying it's still not too late. They could transform it, Yeah, man. Look, Polo. I did post it on Facebook and I did speak about it one time. So I saw it on. I think Jude put it on his Facebook profile. You have to stay informed, Mbuchi. I don't deal by deals every day. I have to call this one, call that one, call that one. I have to make sure I make it my own.
We we have to give Mr. International his props.
Polo,
DJ
yeah, man,
Polo, we
Polo,
have to give DJ Polo his
DJ
props.
Polo. Oh, I tell you, I see DJ
DJ
Polo,
Polo
man.
is always on the go.
And
He's
he busy,
always on the go. And if
he
he
getting
not
busy now. Yeah,
mobile, he on the live.
he
So
on
you
the
have to
live.
give him his credit for that.
Yes, man.
Whatever he miss out, we can take blame for that because we
You have
can
to
send
fill
him
him
a
in.
direct message. We
Yeah.
can go direct contact to him. So we have
Yeah,
to take credit for that.
I will say I did call him and he didn't call me back. So that might be that message I was going to call him to tell him about.
Well, in your defense, that's his fault. Yeah.
I say, Polo don't call me back. So I say, okay, well, I had to call him back, but I did not call him back this morning because I was taking an extra little long break and doing some work. So as you can see right now, I've been writing and doing a bunch of works over here. So that just occupy me a little bit, Yeah, man, but let me say big up again to all our fathers. Yes, man, like Joe Mo, like Frankie, yeah, man, Craig and all the guys and them. Angus, man. Yes, man. Rabu, Wagi, boy, look all them fellas. You see that? All those young men now are responsible young men. They're raising their kids. And you can see the trend. Because when we were slaves, they just make the kids and forget about them. But we slowly growing away from that kind of thinking, that mentality, where when they be jail you fan, you can sharpie. No, man.
Nah.
We have to take care of them. We have to nurture them,
No, but you need to understand now. That was then because then there was a community. Because now you'd walk down and you'd sit down by Black Study and Simeon would watch you until you come for a biscuit. Because he checking for 3 hours you there.
Yeah, boy.
Your stomach must have prick you.
Fellas like
You
Joe
check me?
Boog, great dads in the community, great role models, man. Fellas like
You check
Sheppy and
me?
them fellas, man. That be you, man. Those guys were
Because
awesome.
friend,
Daddy
I
them.
listen to me. I live all the way Dominican, I come England.
Mm.
And I ended up in a lady yard and she said, Pon Chip, are you the last person I expect to meet there? She said, come inside.
Right.
When I was leaving, the lady tell me how long I there for. I tell her I'm not sure yet. The lady hand me a key and the lady tell me feel free to come and go when you want, She tell me when she go down Dominica, if her grandson for the first time. And she was telling them how nice Dominica nice and how the people just nice and everybody just together. She tell me she was walking going down by the river and she stopped by Blackstead talking to my father. And when they was going, my father called the little boy and come back and tell him come over and give him a soft drink. And she tell me the little boy never forget that and he never stopped talking about that. He go Dominic on holiday and people just give you juice. And you don't have to pay for it.
You do exactly. Yeah, you can't forget that. You can't forget that.
It was easy for the man to say, listen, the BJL fan you came It's the same.
Done on those days.
Last week, everybody had a hand of bananas hanging in their kitchen.
You call it for ripe fig. You call it for ripe fig.
So you could have always jump the car and go for a ripe fig. Go back and see Shirley be in the kitchen there. They had 2 fig. The apple tree was there. They can go.
Look, the nephew queen telling you hello. The doctor telling you hello. There, you haven't seen. Pay attention, not just to.
No,
see the doctor.
Remember.
The kidney specialist in Dominica telling you hello. You don't sign. Don't forget you can't drink today. So I drinking, doc? Cacao tea with a little ginger and a little lemon leaf in it. So more power. No alcohol today, just though. For Father's Day, I drink enough alcohol during the year. So from tonight to tomorrow, no alcoholic beverages.
Well, when you were making your children, you was drinking alcohol, and I don't make yet, so don't stop me.
I did not say you have to follow, I was just telling you what I doing.
No, I just saying I just saying if it worked for you, my brother, why should I try to spoil the remedy now?
I give I give Mr. Desmond his props already, I give a whole little lecture on Mr. Desmond, how he was a great role model in spite of all odds. He raised all his kids across all homes, and she ensured he had enough to give neighbors, I would never go by Mr. Desmond and he didn't have something. Come and get some dashing. Come and get this. Come and get that. So he did not just raise his kids. He raised all the other kids in the Catholic Church. He was a great supporter of any project we're doing. Yeah, man. Kudos to Mr. Desmond and all the other gentlemen in the community. I'm not even calling those that didn't perform because I don't give them recognition. They don't need it. First, like crucial, all them fellas there. If Crucial see you doing something wrong, guarantee you your mother will find out.
Boy,
Because
now I tell you,
the whole
the whole
community,
community was behind the children. The whole community.
yeah, man, those
I
guys
going
were the
to tell
guys
you
who
soon.
and
I going
ensured
to tell your father that.
yeah, man, it wasn't
And
if but or
when
maybe
they tell me that, Brent, I want to make sure I go home and tell mommy that first, eh?
because
So,
that
so
you get a bully,
mommy
yeah,
could hit me a little vole chercher mouche.
daddy catch you there,
So
you
by the
be
time, daddy come home and daddy, yeah,
yeah,
daddy already, I fast asleep because mommy hit me a vole.
yeah. No, no, you see that for just though he was scared of his dad, but I didn't have that. When mommy cut my tail, is a fool I
But
get it. So it was so he knew that
let
he
me
know it
tell
was
you
a
now,
bad fool he was getting. So this is one of the things we need more fathers in the home to raise the kids. Because if we have more dads, guess what? Juvenile delinquency will go down. The crime rate now will go down. Less gangsters in the law, we running around crazy. You check
hey,
me?
hey,
Hi Paula,
hey,
Sakafet Paula.
you have to big up my uncle Amide too, you know.
Yeah, okay. Hey.
Uncle Amide same way.
But
Yeah.
I made raise his kids with what they call it, iron fist. He's a cool watching
Amide
his
no,
this. So he
bro,
made tell
now
you,
I
hey,
telling you, but
he
you have
knew
to understand too. They know he was there.
he was there and he perhaps did not take a whip
Even
and
if
hit them, but
his methods wasn't written in the book,
yeah,
but
man,
you have to
he did
understand
everything.
that
He
man
was
make
there.
police office. That
Yep.
man bring police officer Dominica.
Easy
He
entrepreneur.
sent construction workers to Anguilla. That man do good for
Yeah,
himself,
man.
man.
He did good for himself. He did good for himself. He raised them right. He raised them right. Everybody
Yeah,
checking their
man.
seat properly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. You have
Bro,
to give
we
them
have
that
to.
kudos.
We have to big up Tantu too, same way.
That
Tantu do the
DDA, man. Yeah,
community as
man.
well.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Community
man. Yeah, man.
raising, man.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah, man. Wouldn't see you going the wrong way. Why you saying Kern?
Who
Big up to you one time. Yes, man. Let me say happy
the
Father's Day.
entire construction force we have.
Yes, man. Like GU Etienne, man.
The
Making sure
entire
all the young
construction
men.
force we have left in Delices is the sweat and labor of Tantu and Tortoise Surrender, Mr. Surrender, and
Yes,
Mr.
man.
Etienne, So we have to give praises to Mr.
Yes, man.
Etienne,
Our great
Mr.
fathers who
Surrender,
ensured all our
and
young
Mr.
men and
Didier,
women.
Bro,
Yes,
you
man.
didn't have to go nowhere in Dalis to acquire skills. Nowhere.
Nowhere at all.
The skills was there for you.
Ever.
Right?
You know whose name I forgot? Tantu. Maguesa. Because it was just me sitting down. And so I called Judah and said, hey, I want to make a contribution to buy breakfast for some of the elderly or disabled men, fathers in the community. So he said, how many? I said, I don't know. I said, hold on, let me do some fast counting. It's like, holy shit, add that one. I'm like, golly. After a while, I was like, holy Jesus, I can't give the whole community breakfast. It will be like, best I go down and cook for them, man. But while supporting the scene one time, So
Yeah,
speaking
man,
of
it's
which,
advice.
yeah, man, it's advised because they didn't get enough sales. They were even considering not doing it again because people didn't patronize the event. You know what I mean? But
But
people,
Brent,
if it was abroad,
the people would love to patronize, would love to celebrate, would love to sponsor, Brent. But
right,
where is it coming from?
the apartment building, they begin the breakfast in the apartment.
No, I saying where the money to support the vibes coming from.
Oh. Well, it don't have to be one person doing it. You just to. It could be a
But it's
collective stuff.
But Brent, Brent, every Sunday, everybody knew they had to bring their 50 cents and their dollar change to buy peppermint in my Florence,
Yeah,
Nobody wasn't asking where that 50 cents coming up because they know it there.
there.
Because Sundays, my Florida, Sometimes
Not
in a
already,
peppermint people want it.
You have to get that. That's something you have to
But you
get.
cannot go church and do come back with peppermint.
Why you say Auntie PT? Big up to you one time. What's up, Clay? Thanks for joining the live, bro. Good having you on with us. Yeah, man. But so we have to make the effort because people can't keep putting out and we're not supporting them. You no matter who doing it, it's a community development, it's a
No,
community
what
event.
I said,
Support the
I'm not
vibration.
looking for to have support for them. I just
Right.
trying to say we need the economy in the community to grow. We need a way
Well,
for finances to come within the community.
that come in. We're gonna put
Because
a tool factory, a bottling
if it's
factory.
Dailies money
That's our
alone that's
factory.
circulating in Dailies, Delices don't making money, you know. We need people to
That's
come
coming
out
in.
from town and come and bring money Delices so that money can stay there.
That's coming. So we're gonna open the back road. So next month is budget. We're getting our bridge Spirit Servant to Delices. We call our vibration. So we're bringing back some hotel because right now some expanding so we can have adequate staff to send Delices, you know, because we know our road coming up by next month. So by August, we should be in full swing on bridge and we can get things going. So right away, as soon as we can write proposals to get our Toloma factory in Delices, we can employ between 50 to 100 young people, right? Because that they will have a tractor to go and uproot the Toloma. So right there, we have excavation to excavate your land, remove all the rocks. Because that tractor now obviously can have rocks in the land, right? So we're gonna do a proper job and Toloma are washing you in Toloma. So you plant it like Doc James. We'll have a Toloma farm. Because guess what? She'd have to go and wash it or clean Toloma. Because the factory workers will do that. You check? So this is what we have to go into right now. So professionals, teachers, doctors, nurses, lawyers can have their farm because they do not have to come and babysit the products. And everybody know you put Toloma on the ground, it will grow. As soon as you kill the grass for like a month or two, the Toloma will grow above it. It don't need to be babysat. But when to uproot it, to come cut the wash in, to come cool, it's very labor intensive. So if we have the factory now, easy day, you know, just to, and right there, the people of Delices, their lives being transformed. I know Lucille would love working in the factory as a supervisor. These people, they are highly qualified. Lucille was a teacher back in the days, you know. And these people, we have them local in Tuluma. These are skills we have sitting down there that could be put to good use. They don't want to live the list because guess what? They have everything up there already. Their house, their land, everything there. But if you can give them means that they could use the land, because we're an agricultural community in Delices. And if we could give them something for them to operate up there, guess what? Everybody flourishing. And people are saying that right now Toloma slow down on the sales. But guess what? The French countries are still there. India, we have all of a sudden we have free friends with India. We can get all them vaccines from India. We can tell India, hey, we have 20 bags of Toloma. Listen, we need to organize it for you. Every month, 20 bags going up there. Hey,
Right.
China,
Let me
listen,
let me
20.
let me put
You
a
keep
pause.
saying
Let
it,
me
the
put a pause
number.
on you. We cannot go towards the India market unless if every farmer in Dominica diversified to Toloma.
You wonder why we
India have
can't
over
supply?
India have over 500,000 people that died from corona last week.
Uh, but if that Toloma,
Yeah,
probably
we going to,
they wouldn't
you
die.
cannot send 20 bags of Toloma to India.
It's a
We need
start.
to
It's
talk
a start.
we need to talk about 20 metric tons.
No, it's a start just to. So when you spread the word, when just to taste it, when just to make jello using Tolu, man, he won't tell his co-worker, he bring it to work with him, and the kids bring it for their snack, and kids steal, and they like that jello. That jello, you know, is gluten free. It doesn't cause any skin reaction. It's a different vibration. So these are the markets we have to hit. Now we can make organic Toloma, and this is where now the world is going into healthy eating. So if we can use nature island, nature products, nobody can touch us. But the people alone cannot do it. We have to get the government and everybody on board. You check me? It's something that is collaboration where everybody have to be working together. With one part of the machine going right and the rest of the machine going left, guess what? They will crash. You can't have a vehicle that cannot turn right, you know. It have to be able to turn all direction and spin around and vibration
You
can
can
happen.
you can probably have that vehicle in England or somewhere else, but not Dominica.
You have to swerve from the holes back and forth.
Plus
You check
plus we
me?
do have one roundabout we have here.
Yeah. It's like you're on a racetrack. You're going in one
But
direction,
anyway,
so you can have.
on another positive vibes.
Mhm.
We in the 70s we had good, decent role models. We had couple fathers, you could see them drunk every weekend or in the middle of the week, but you would only find them drunk after they come out in their garden. They were functioning alcoholics, regardless the circumstances we used to meet them in. They functioned. They played their part. They would go in the morning, they would milk their cow, they would come back, they would sell their milk to buy their quota, but they
Right.
functioned. Their family wasn't hungry.
At all.
Their family wasn't hungry. Their children wasn't walking around with shame and pain.
Nope.
No, all of us was on the same struggle.
All those men took care of their kids, you know. All of them.
What you talking about
So
now?
now we're seeing like, yeah, parents, moms. Well, now we see it more than before. They on social media blasting the fathers. Even last night, I see a woman go live and she bashing the father, some blows on him. I say, Bonze, pas fait ça, though. But he deserve it. You can't have kids and not take care of them. You
But you
have
have
to.
to understand. You have to understand sometimes too, because his fathers they go and defend the fathers now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as a late comer and quick developer within the father society, I going to defend the fathers too. Some of
Right.
them women, before they make children with them men there, them men already had children with women they wasn't taking care of,
Mm-hmm.
These good for nothing fathers that they want us to kiss there and come on social media and put the father up and say, oh, that father good for nothing. That father had 2 children before he give you one.
And he wasn't taking care of them.
And you never see him bring that child at your home, or you never see him buy something and say that is for my child. Or he never give you a $20 and tell you, you know what? When you go photo man watch rounders, or you go and watch cricket, and you see my boy, give him a biscuit, give him a
Give
soft
him
drink, give
some
him a
feed.
malt.
So what make you think when you out the picture, you gotta take care of yours?
So
Perfect.
what I
You
make you think
absolute.
you
You
better than the other
absolute.
mother that your children going to get taken care of.
You absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
So
So
some of
women
them
play
mothers they have to take
a
the
big
blame.
role. They play a big role in that as well.
Of
You are
course.
absolutely right because
But
they could have tell the
these
father, "Hey,
women that breeding useless fathers is they that make
have you?"
listen to
Uh,
Brent, a
mm,
useless father without a mother who just be a useless man.
yeah, useless. But if you have
It's
a woman on
because
his
you
side,
make him give you child, he become a useless father.
a useless father.
But he was a useless man. He was already a useless man.
He was by himself already.
You that decide you're going to change his status and make him a useless father.
A useless father.
You check me?
Yeah.
So we cannot go around blaming them man that used to do nothing, sit down by the road every day, and all of a sudden they have a girlfriend, all of a sudden they have a child, all of a sudden they have another child, and all of a sudden they're not a good father.
He's not a good father. You
But
change me
but
as the
we are
cluster.
we, but we are the good father coming out to Brent.
He was already a good for nothing already.
It was already good for nothing. Now you make them a good for nothing father, and you saying, okay,
Mm-mm.
maybe he will change, maybe he will
Maybe he will
change.
change. Frankie, what you saying? Big up to you, Frankie. Fellas like Frankie, man. Those guys, good role models, take care of their kids,
Bro,
his father, all those guys, man. Yes, man. Moi, j'accueille nos gens, Franco, as one of
our
our great
community,
fathers,
listen
man.
to me. Our community big up and like that period too.
Yes, I call his name
That's
already,
a,
Patton Moore, man.
that's all our fathers. Guys, let me tell you,
Tolly,
seven,
all those guys,
70s,
man.
80s, isn't it 99? That is where the community start fading.
Fellas
2000,
like Scow,
2000.
Toto.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
we cannot, not because they passed away, we have to forget them too, still.
Yeah, man. Those guys, they did a
Because them,
fantastic job, man.
them and their daddy Ben,
Yeah, that even, those guys, they were on
them and
top,
they
man.
move, them
Move
and they
mountains,
do,
man.
they put their work in, man. They put their work in.
But c'est mal chien qui pas qu'à take care of ses enfants yo là. C'est hommes qui parler pour aller pas ses enfants à manger avec boy. Jel yo fan on moun ni pour mayo manger.
Of course, Brett, with
So pas ça
mountains,
qu'a
with
dit moi.
with with mountains, with faith you can move mountains. They never tell you
Yeah,
you can
man.
move money. They
Cause
never tell you you can move money.
if them fellas not working, you can say, okay, well, they're not working or something. But them fellas working and them fellas, you see them in the bar drinking room, but they're not taking care of the kids. What is the reason? Because the mother not with you. Ça va pas faire sens. And when you go see the side woman, you bring in money for the side woman. And her kids, and he's only there hungry. Pack up as a fan. Les enfants, quand il est l'école, ils besoin de livres.
But but
Ils besoin de
Brent, again,
a useless mother making
again, you have to blame the mothers too. You have to blame the mothers too. Because it's not just the father fault.
Yeah.
Because the new mother no want to take everything for her children. And the
We
and the 2 children the man meet her with and want to forget the man had a child
had a child
before he
before.
meet her. So
Oh,
all
so
of a
everything
sudden
become
that man now have to look after his child he just give the woman. and the two he meet her with,
Who
and he don't
meet
have
her
enough
with?
for the child he had before.
He had before.
So you have to
We
blame the woman too. Me, I'm a strong father defender tonight.
yeah. So the father now, the mother was supposed to tell him, man, hey, you give your child already. You give your child money already. So
Boy,
women
let me tell you something. Let me
approach
tell
the
you
men and let
something.
them know
Let
they
me
have to
tell you
take care of their kids.
something. I raised up in a house with Lucid and Crucial. The mother don't have to
Right.
tell the father nothing.
Right.
You know it's his child.
Yeah.
You know it's his child. You know Justin is his child. You don't have to tell him nothing.
Take care of Justin. You know that
The
already.
same way you taking care of Jaden, Justinian,
Justinian, you have to take
and you
care of
see
Justin.
Justin by Black Stallion together with them, and all three of them sit down on the bench. And you
Yeah.
tell me you come in, you're giving just to
Two.
$5. You give Justin $5 and Justin sit down there, and you
And
don't
you don't
give
give
him
him
five.
something not right.
Something don't right. So you
You
have
have
to
to take
blame
care
the
of all of
mothers
them.
too.
Yeah, the mothers have to take care of
Plenty
the
of
kids on
plenty
them.
of our mothers and them hypocrite on social media. They
Ah,
strong nowadays.
and they blasting them fellas, man. When they was there getting the sweetness, they was taking all of it. They wasn't shy there. Day by day making. I see some woman fighting for man on the social media there. Letting pregnant one of them and not taking care of the kids. I tell them got a news out.
But
I see some women and
Serenade tell you that woman you running, money you spending, you know.
money spending and they don't have to take care of their kids. And now it's Father's Day. I bet you tomorrow they just do that drink we put in the bar there. All the young men that and the well, if are men, women can be fathers. Well, some women are fathers because they carry both roles. So if women can take their child and go to the bar and the child can say, I never had a father, is my mother that raised me as my father and my mother. You can
No,
get a
I not
drink
in
too.
that.
You can
I
get
not in that.
I will give
The
them
mo-
women a drink.
listen to me. Listen to
Mm.
me. The mother have a part to play in that too.
If the
Just listen to
mother
me.
just hold on.
Just because the father
Mm.
wasn't paying his rent doesn't mean he wasn't the father, you know.
No, there's no doubt he's the father, but he's not taking care of his child. So if the mother do both jobs in raising that child, she deserves a drink from me, and I will give her a drink and go by Ronnie. Where else? Well, Ronnie, all our credit by Ronnie tonight. All our credit by Ronnie.
My credit,
Big up
Byron
to you.
have a open, Byron
Big
have
up.
booking.
Big up to you, La Roche Finest, one of our young entrepreneurs in the community. Big up to you one time.
Byron have a
Yeah,
tap.
man. But don't forget
But Brent,
Malpapai. And guess what? I had a Malpapai tree right by me in Florida, Big Papa, you know. A Malpapai, Big Papa. So
Brent,
guys, do not give up hope.
you trying to sell hope, Brent. You trying to sell hope to
If
who? I hope it's not me you think you're selling hope to, you know. I tell you,
but
my
you tell
children
me your
already, you
reason
know.
already, you
Zafa
tell me
madam
your
was
reason.
Zafa Kodibel book Zafa madam was Saudi.
Bell book sala papa me make us so. Big up to you, Bell book one time. I know you don't
Nah
think you're
man.
doing your thing. Yeah, man.
Nah man. Listen, women, all you have to ask yourself a question. Yeah. I have to ask yourself a question. The father he good for nothing. But the face of the father self have value too. Because myself in that outside there, I can tell you, I don't know if it's respect the girls and them respect me from day one, or if it's fear they fear me. But either way, we working good together. You check me, Brent.
Yes, man.
So even if you had to point on the child father every time you see his father and say, if you don't go school, it's so you're going to end up a useless like your father. You have to pull up your socks.
You have to step up to the plate.
Your father don't giving you nothing, but remember it's still your father.
Still your father, still respect him,
Instead
respect
of going home, with the child and cursing the child, and your father is a caution here, your father do good for nothing. Your father is the worst person in the
him.
Lawi. But
So
remember, you sleep with him. You give that
yeah,
man your time.
you give him a little bit, you give him a
So at
little
what
bit.
point you realize that man was useless? Because
Exactly.
if that man is useless and he good for nothing, what does that say about you?
We
So that finger pointing there doesn't just go one way, coming back to you, the mother.
when one go forward, four going backwards towards you.
Exactly, my brother. So women, we need to step up
We
the game. Step up the game.
so it's Father's Day now. To give the fathers their preps, man.
Yeah,
Fellas like
man.
Eddie, fellas like Jerry, yeah, man. But just to the Malpapai, I can never stop telling the Malpapai, hey, if it wasn't for our fathers that make us, we would not be here. So we have to make so our little seeds can go around now. carrying the mantle.
Listen, I'm a classic example. Don't listen to Brent, you know. You don't have to go through Brent way, you know, you can go through my way. My way is more speedier, it's more effective. If you don't have the patience, if you don't have the patience,
Yeah.
if you don't have the patience to wait for the good 5 minutes of sex and the 9 months of maternity
But
labor,
so
maternity time.
hold on. Not to cut you off, but so you mean to tell me you're not going for the sex then? But say why? Même si you panis you have to go do the motion, you have to practice.
I just,
That is
I
where you have to
just, I
practice.
just, I
It's
just
perfect.
telling you,
It,
different strokes for
so
different
you
folks.
don't know when
Listen,
the baby coming, you know. You know much thing you have
listen,
to joke before the baby come. You know much
Brent,
practice you have to practice. Fela,
Brent,
when you're talking about the 5 minutes, sometimes it's
Brent.
45 minutes, hour and a half. You have to
Brent,
practice,
I
my
can
boy.
put my hands up. I can put my hands up on that
Mm,
chat we have there now. I seen
mm,
we have like 20 people.
yeah,
I can tell you that some women that can put their hands up there now and tell you the first time they sleep with their child father, they get pregnant.
probably you're
And if
right.
they didn't, and probably if they didn't get pregnant, they would not talk to him after that too. Eh?
Just to say how canny bagay.
Brent,
Just to say how canny bagay.
Brent, what month is Carnival?
Carnival is February.
How many months after Carnival?
9
A baby
months.
born.
December.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah,
How many December bonds do you have dailies?
a lot.
Too many. And we're just talking dailies because it's
Yeah.
dailies we're talking. Too many.
Mm,
And
Basic.
and and listen to me. How many grandmother you hear making noise with the baby father before the baby born?
Boy, a lot we did, by we.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
We
yeah, yeah,
both
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Our auntie was strong in that category there. We
For the chocolate. Ay, 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 ay.
somebody
So,
so like
so don't
corgi
get me
man.
wrong, brother. Just because they didn't have planning at the time doesn't mean it was planned, you know. Those days it have planning. When a woman tell you she do having a child or she don't want that child or she not getting pregnant, don't even ask her why, you know, because when
Don't
she
blame
make
her,
that
don't blame her.
decision, she can put her coil, she can take her pill before, she can take her pill after, she can take her pill 3 months later, or she can even go and take her hot cooks and let me do put that recipe on the market.
Guineas,
Let me don't put that recipe. Let me don't put that recipe on the market before too many of
a, a
people
hot
lose
Guineas.
children after carnival.
Hello, I say it, hello. Big up to you one time, man. But yeah, man, but just look, it's and nowadays with the fathers, it have social media, it have all different ways to assist the kids. If at least give the kid if you don't have the money to give them, give the kid a call. Let the kid know you are alive, so the kid now can hear that male voice and know, okay, there's a man. You check.
But that is
Then
what I
first,
talking
it's
about,
up
Brent.
there.
That is what I talking
They put
about.
the kids down and they wouldn't call and say what the kids need on a daily basis. The kid have to get air condition. Kid have to get food, water, juice,
When
school
when a
fees.
mother when a mother telling a child, I don't want you to have nothing to do with that man. That man useless. That
Yeah.
man no good for nothing. You
Mm-mm-mm.
cannot tell a child that.
No, 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 no.
You
I
have to
mean
tell a
that
child.
is wrong.
You have to tell a child. You see that man every time you see him, go and hug him, go and talk to him. Because remember, if you want to catch bees, it's sugar you have to put for them, you know.
Or flies, use vinegar, they run away.
Now that man there sit down in the rum shop every day, drinking, and all you passing on the other side of the road when all you see him. You think if every day you see him, the child go by the counter and hold his leg. You don't think that one day he'll bang on the counter and he'll say, Ronnie, give me a biscuit. Or
So,
tell her,
so,
listen, be
so,
the counter, give me a
so,
bunkers.
so you're telling me now the child have to come and kiss the father ass to get
But it's
support?
not kisses as friend. Remember,
That's
it's the
just
more.
to,
Remember, it's the more than the father that make that, you know. The
yeah,
mother knows
that
that
is
cushion she had, you know. Or she go and lie down with, you know.
right.
The man did not become a good for nothing within that 9 months, you know.
So he was already a good for nothing.
He was already a good for nothing.
Look,
And the
Alison
woman
February.
herself was
Hold
already
on.
amazing
Look,
woman, but she just didn't have the right frame of mind to choose something good that matching her.
she did not see his characteristics before she had
But
the
she,
child. Look, Alison, tell us nonsense. Alison, since you're talking in regards to what statement, you're gonna have to be clear a little. So Alison Fevrier, we know of the Fevriers in Delices, they've been awesome dads, take care of all their kids. Big up to them one time. And Harold Fevrier. He has been an awesome role model for the young men in the community. So kudos to Harold. Yeah, man. But when you say nonsense, what do you mean? So mothers are not to be blamed for the fathers for sleeping with good for nothing fathers. I mean, they have to draw the line somewhere, because if all of a sudden the father becomes a good for nothing after he have the child, perhaps there were some characteristics before she slept with him to tell her that Mr. See how you treating his mother. That's questionable. He comes over, but he wouldn't bring a box of juice. He wouldn't ask me what do I need. He wouldn't give me an extra $20 to do my nails, or he wouldn't send me to the thing to do my hair. So these are some of the things you pay attention to, the little things that will tell you, Mr. Don't looking caring. No, you have kids before he come. He wouldn't even tell the kids hello. He wouldn't bring a candy for the kids, so that perhaps now when he have his own, he will continue that trend. But if when he
But
comes,
Brent,
he has a mango, something to give the kids, your kids and them he met in the house, that will show you that he care. So when his own come, that will be a continuation of what he was doing before. But when he come, he'll even asking you how your kids are, if they eat, if they don't eat. And all he care about is he come and mess with you, and he leave in and go in and do his business. So
but
right then,
Brent,
you see my trend.
the man come in 9 o'clock after the children go to bed for because they
Oh,
have school tomorrow.
oh, just hold on. She was saying no child should be running after their father. That's what I was telling just to.
But
Yeah,
it's not
I tell you.
running. It's not running after your father. Remember, it's your father,
So,
It's
but
the
just
mother
to,
job. It's the
if the
mother job.
man,
Listen to me.
the,
It's the mother
mhm.
job to run behind the father
The mother
and
don't have
tell
to
him,
run
you
behind
know
the
what?
father either. The
You
mother don't
know,
have to run
Brent.
behind the father.
No, listen.
Why? After you come, you put the water in the woman, and you leave and you go. The woman have to come behind you again. Your mother woman just to. The woman
But,
can take him to court, and he will pay the court system and go that
but,
route. No,
but the
nobody should
court
have to go
wasn't
through
there
that.
when all you go in bed. Why the court have to
Nobody
be there
shouldn't.
now? Why a man
No,
cannot be a man, no, Brent?
a man has supposed to. Nobody should have to go through that. The man's supposed to be a man and take care of his responsibilities, because we know it where the man used to be in the community. He have a garden, and if you don't take care of his kids, the woman will go in his garden and take what she want. At
There
least
you
the woman
go.
have to do it.
There you go.
But
But when
no,
you go and
she's
make a child
unable.
with a man that never had a garden, Brent, and you expect to get food,
Stop, you're gonna stop. So it's not the
boy,
mother's responsibility to chase the man down. It's not the child's responsibility. The man's supposed to be a man and take care of your blasted child. Tomorrow,
oh,
he
Brent,
would go in the rum shop, beat his chest and say he have child. And whenever say you don't
Brent,
have child, he will tell you when he's enfant, and he will take a shot of rum on the Father's Day table. The
Brent,
Father's Day drink. Bet
Brent.
tomorrow.
Where
Mm.
was the father before the mother going to bed with the father?
Forget about what was before, because some people you cannot see them.
No,
They're true
because it's
colors.
two grown people. Listen to me.
Just
It's two
so.
grown people that make a decision, Brent. Put
Nobody
one
have
line
a
on
letter
together, spend
thing on
them
their
together,
face. When you meet
And now they
somebody,
make,
there's not a tech manual to tell you, well, okay, his family, his father taking care of his kid, he will take care of his kid. There's no tech manual, no manual that will tell you how to operate that person. Or people change. The only thing that doesn't change is me and you. We stay in their roots. But everybody change. And if you're not changing, you're not a human being. Everybody change. And some people change under pressure. Some people change by force, by free will. It's different things make different people react differently. Because some people get in the honey, they go with the mother. As soon as the mother take the honey away, they're not taking care of the mother, they're not taking care of the kid, and they're walking away. That is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. If you have a child anywhere in the world right now, take the telephone, give them a buzz, let them know you love them. If you don't have what to send for them, it's still understandable. Sometimes now things are rough and people understand that. But if you never made an effort, you have tons of money and you're not giving them, you are a murderer and you deserve to be castrated and you do not deserve to be called a father. I will tell you that, and I will tell you that, and I'll tell you that again. Because kids know they're gonna become adults, and you're gonna want them to respect you. Yesterday I was talking to my father. He want me to call him dad. Sorry for my English, and my apologize. No, I have never called him dad. We told him my older brother called him dad. I tell him when I was young enough to call you dad, you wasn't there.
you
I had to
wasn't
call my
there.
grandfather daddy. So that name has been taken already. And I told him, and I will call him Rice. So for Roy. So
But
straight up.
Brent,
So
I
when
know,
I meet
I know
you,
another, I know
mhm,
another grown man that come out in the same way your father is there when he come to Dominica.
yeah,
He meet his 16-year-old son,
yeah.
and they are playing daddy, daddy, daddy. And one day he watch the boy and say, so your father there, you don't go and get coconut and kin for your father. The boy tell him, so yeah, you was only time there to have kin and coconut, man.
About that. Exactly.
So it's that. All the while they having conversation about they have children, but they cannot show it. Boys,
So
when you
Roland,
meet the children there with them now, you can say, "Is that your dad?"
yeah,
And they have to watch the child before they answer because they don't know what the child going and
I'm going
say
to say, yeah.
because they don't raise that child from small.
Guess what my dad did when I came to New York City? Took me everywhere. That's my son. That's my son. Like that's his accomplishment. This is a big man, and now that man is respectable and everything. Oh, that's my son. That's my son. So this is something that they want to be proud of. So why not when the woman they are going and plant her corn and raise her corn and bake her bread and do everything, help her do it. So when you get in the praises, you can be part of it too. You cannot want to eat the bread, and when she there baking and taking the heat, you're not there. So hold on. Alison said, I won't condone children being disrespectful to the father, whether he is present or not. But she's absolutely right. I don't condone it. I never was disrespectful to my father. But when I have to tell him pertinently or tell him something, I will tell it to him. Like, to be
That is
honest with you,
that is
I'm a big man
that
now.
is not what we
So,
advocate, Brett.
man,
We
man,
trying to
man. When I
listen.
was younger,
I trying to make it known that listen, a mother should always point out the father in a good light for the child because the child didn't choose the father.
so let
The
me be
difference
clear.
in my situation is my children
Mm.
choose me. I didn't choose them; they choose me. So
Until
I
last
have to
cafe,
put my hands.
cafe.
I have to put my hands up. But you cannot be walking around telling your child the father do good, and next thing
No,
when the
no, no,
child being rude to the father, you want to say
no, no,
hush
no,
there.
child. The
But
child
it's
will
like the
figure it
child
out.
here in at home.
The child will figure it out on their own. I figured out the men are good for nothing on my own. Nobody has to tell me that. My mom never said a bad word about my dad. The nuns tell my mom, change my name from Benjamin to Albert so the church will be able to assist her in raising us. She said, no, they have to know who their family is, right?
Of
But
course.
still, I became 17 years, 10 days, 1700 hours when I first talked to the man. My first conversation was, where have you been all those years? He asked me if I love him. I say, well, when you answer me where you've been all those years, and now I hear you for the first time, then I'll answer that. I tell him,
And
no, I don't love you at
that
this
is
time.
why I didn't
I
come.
told him.
That is why I didn't come on the live because I know as a father and you, as a man, I know your childhood.
Yeah.
I know we family there. I know you have a lot to say when it
Yes,
comes to
sir.
father and child
Just to,
relationship. So
hold on.
I give
I
you
used
the
to walk
platform, man.
San so in the Lawi. I check it. Everybody tell me your father in New York City, big city, without underpants. Sometimes the Toyota I have is a complete hot knife. The whole Toyota is
Mm-hmm.
remodeled that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
one pair of shoe I have to go to school and church. And that little Toyota is the rest of the things that I have in my foot. My
They
Sunday
don't
best,
know.
near that. And the man in New York City eating milk and honey. When I got to New York City, and every Friday I became the foreman after 3 months, I was paying the man $1,500 a week. It's not somebody asking me or telling me. I was giving him his paycheck. And when Saturday night come, he said that all night Saturday night he out. Friday night he out. Saturday night he out. When Sunday come, he's sleeping all day. When Monday morning, kid, give me $50 and I'll pay you on Friday. Tuesday, same thing. And for the rest of the week. And you telling me I have to be respectful to that man. And I check it after all those years. So initially, when I was in St. Thomas, I said, hey, I got a ticket. I'm coming to New York. He's like, can you drive? You have a driver's license? I said, yeah, man. You like music? So I think they might have vehicle, they might have music, and they might have vibes going up there. Castle level, even
Anyway, is that
One
what
thing he
happened with
had, he
fathers?
had skills. So he was very good in construction. So I picked up very quickly, and he brought me with him, and I learned how to lay bricks and block and how to do concrete and all that through him.
But
So it's a plus.
imagine you had that mentor at an early age.
Yeah,
You
exactly my point. The man doing building stuff. So from 13, 14, I would be there with him laying the bricks and the block. So at 19, 20, I would be the contractor. But that man was nowhere near. You check me? And I got to New York and I became a super bricklayer. In less than 5 years, I was laying block bricks, everything, welding, just name it. The boss would give me the plan in the morning and the boss would go. And I would tell my father and all the others what to do in the job.
but
Yeah, no joke.
that is the same thing we spoke about a couple
No
weeks
joke.
back.
So
It's
fathers, you
not
have
that
to
we
be
cannot
there.
do things, it's just that the opportunity isn't there.
Yeah, man.
We haven't been presented with the opportunity.
I need more kakakoti, man. Just so I need more kakoti. Hey,
Let me pour
persons,
some for you. Might have ginger in it, way.
I have ginger and citronelle in mine as well.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yeah, man. But
we lack those opportunities, so it takes us time to develop.
to all the fathers
But
who are
for
taking care of
example,
their
Brent,
kids.
For example,
Couldn't told you.
imagine if our Prime Minister going to make an announcement that every trade person, every trained, qualified construction worker in the foreign, out of state,
Right.
getting a contract to come and make 6 months work in Dominica on that international airport.
Right.
You know how much workers, Dominica have overseas?
Or we have more than at home, you know. We have a lot. We have a lot.
Remember, at least 90% of us that live in and that live Dominica live for the better, you know. We live because we had a skill and we had a talent that the country wasn't catering for, you know. So, my brother, if we have to make a roll call to get a squaddy like that, Dominica, we building an airport like the Chinese build the hospital in Wuhan. 5, 6, 7 days.
Boom.
While our
But that
plane leave in New York, we start in the airport, and by the time the plane reach, it land, we airport finish.
finish already. Look, you make it my stomach already. But the amount of soil we have to move for that airport, it will take way longer than that. It's too much movement. Like in the bigger countries where it's already flat, all they have to do is remove the trees and dig below, remove the roots. But in Dominica, it's like it's so the terrain is so crazy. We have to do
I
a lot
build
more
in airport
excavating.
England for them. When it finish, I'll send it down.
Yeah, man, because they're gonna go down like 10 feet to get all the roots out of the ground. They're gonna get all the trees out and they're gonna dig below and remove that topsoil, remove all the trees, because if the roots stay under the ground and they're rotten, guess what? The soil is gonna sink. And in the airport, you can't have that. So they have to go down below, find the water sources below the airport, transfer the create drainage under the airport. Because if you have like a well on a water supply under the airport, everything the plane is what 2,000 tons or 4,000 it heavy. When it land, the soil keep dropping. Eventually, you have a sinkhole,
Where I
and we
was
can have
working
that.
week before, we were doing some soil tests, right? Pressure tests on the soil.
Yeah.
That is a parking lot for regular cars. Them man looking, Brent, for 32 tons per square inch, you know. And them man have a kind of a scale on a metal plate where they put in the pressure on it, Brent. And them man telling you if you throw a penny on that, the scale moving, you know.
So you have to be good to
That
go.
is how accurate them man telling you that scale is there.
But just so, if the international airport there, like Friday, I could have land Dominica Friday evening. Or tomorrow evening, my flight going back up, you know. Guaranteed, you know. But guess what? If the plane land in Dominica once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, what make people think because it's an international airport, Liat will come every day? Now, if Liat can't carry enough passengers, Liat go out of business because they don't have enough passengers to carry in the Caribbean. Why would American Airlines send their airlines to Dominica? So we now have to go into cargo. Either we go into cargo, coffee, sugar cane, boarding, something to ship. We have to be able to get that international airport working for us. So what are we producing for us to put on a plane so the plane to carry it overseas? Is it vegetables? Is it perishable goods that we couldn't normally ship to China? Is it avocado? Let us find something to ship
Like I tell
somewhere.
you, every time I listen to the government speak, I want to vote them, you know. And it's then I realizing, but it's they that in power.
Their plans.
Their speeches, their plans, they sounding like their upcoming government, you know. I just want to vote them. Every time they speak, I want to vote for them.
They have big plans,
but
man.
then I realize they're in power.
Oops, you guys are the ones there. You guys should be developing those plans right now. Get us going because employment is major.
When you hear Fidel Grant telling you
My boy, sir.
they have developed agriculture on a level where they're going into more financial crops. Gone are the days when it was only banana that Dominican was producing. And then the man telling you they want to build a plant farm where they can start to make orange plants, citrus plants. My brother, 20 years we all in power, are we?
And you don't have that there.
Or you have moved to more cash crop, more financial
Yeah. So
crops.
right now, all the grapefruit you should be making grapefruit already and oranges. That should be bearing fruits already. This
That's
is what
all.
I'm
We
saying.
should be
So if
milk and
we are doing
honey.
those right now, we should have that factory and all the orange trees should be we should be boxing grapefruit juice, orange juice made in Dominica, coconut water made in Dominica. Everything. You have banana juice, plantain juice, yampe chips, or dry yampe, they call it
But
mash yampe. We
Brent,
have tonton yampe.
you know
You
the
think right
problem.
now,
You know the problem.
mm,
When you have a government and you watch the government properly, it seems like them and subcontracting ministers, you know.
so just to thinking, don't lose your train of thought. Just thinking of the government like your father, like a father. He taking care of some of the kids and the other kids he meet the woman with, you know, taking care of them.
But that
They
is the
don't
way I
care.
go in. Brent,
Okay.
since I
Mm-hmm.
know the government in power, Brent, they had good they was talking it up. But it seems like every time a minister, they fire a minister, the new one coming with new plans.
Yeah.
We don't complete enough in the cycle doesn't complete, it doesn't make the circle. It's stopping halfway and it going back. It's stopping halfway, it's
Okay.
going back.
Next one. Next one. So, but guess what? The same person is there. Their income not changing. They're getting the same income
It
every
going
year
up,
and
Brent, it going up.
equally going up.
I want,
So,
I want, I personally want them to cut down the wages of the civil servants.
cut it, man. I was even
They
saying, think of it.
need less money. They're too
We paying 32
comfortable.
grand, 30 grand for the president, 32 for the prime minister's house, plus the other 32 for other expenses. Split 32, give each civil servants $500 more on their salary, just to cut it down. So what are we gonna be doing with excess money just to build some factories? One Kubuli factory need to come back. Bring back Kubuli factory. We can't tell me our Kubuli factory go St. Vincent and after 3 years we can bring it back.
But Brent,
Bring back your Ross University.
the other
If
question again is,
Miyamoto is our friend,
it don't even have to be Kubuli.
we can that no
Remember, it's
that is our own.
job we're creating, you know, my brother.
That is our own.
Job we no, but remember, it's job we're trying to create.
Right.
Remember, Kubuli going where it's more beneficial, you know. Everybody that running a business looking for profit,
Right.
except the government of Dominica, we putting all our money in concrete. We do have returns. But it doesn't have to be Kubuli.
Could be. It
Remember,
could
it's a
be.
beer from the nature island of Dominica,
We
you know.
need.
That is what
Yeah.
that's selling it there, you know.
The name. Right now,
Fresh,
our name.
fresh spring water, you know, that in
Spring
that beer, you
water.
know.
That is it. That is it. That was the plus.
So it don't have to be Kubuli.
So we can call it a different name. Easy.
It don't have to be DCP. It don't have
We
to be
need that.
Dominica Coconut Product. It don't have to
We
be
need a
Bello.
factory.
It don't have to be Juicy.
Just a factory.
My
We
brother, we just need a processing plant where things come in one way,
just so
raw, and when it go,
it
it
finished.
ready for market.
Hey, just so we have people making the Benja shoe, the tallest we used to have before. We're making that in Dominica.
But it's not that I telling you no,
They
we
out
don't
of
have
business.
nothing. We don't have
Permit.
nothing. That is the
So what are
little
we
factory.
producing?
That is the little factory by the 7-Eleven there.
What are we producing on the island? We papa. Young people, and now we
When
can even
somebody
export
when
them.
somebody on the live comment, I will tell you what we're producing. Because I don't want to say
We
nothing because I live couple years ago. So they'll
so
say I don't know what they're talking about.
so
Somebody
it's
let
like a
us know what we're
father
producing.
not creating opportunities for his kids and them now. These are the fathers we're talking about. As a father of a country, you have to develop ways so that young people, the kids and them now, can get the opportunities so they can in turn be good citizens. Now, if you're being a bad example for your children, you always sue. You're not going on the farm and milk the cow. You're not bringing in the income at the end of the week or the month. Guess what that kid is gonna be? Perhaps just like you, always than you. They might be better than you, but the chances are they're gonna be like their father. And you do not want that to like a domino effect. You bad and then a bad generation. according to justice, best some people don't make children at all. Because if
For
you're gonna leave
children.
them for fate to feed them, or for the system to feed them, ça pas bon, ça pas right.
And it's not to say you're in a country where there is a suitable system, there is a formula you can go through,
Yeah.
Dominica is by luck and chance, It's
Yeah,
not
man.
to say like you in Europe or you in the UK or you in Canada where there is a benefit system, a childcare system. You get me? So you getting your child allowance for housing, you getting your child benefit.
Yeah.
It don't have that in the country. The country is if the minister secretary allow you to come upstairs and go in his office, maybe the conversation you have might be fruitful. And if
Yeah.
it's too fruitful, you might end up multiplying again. And more trouble for you.
No trouble.
So it's a luck and chance thing. You cannot fish it or you cannot take chance with them thing. Back in the days, you used to pray Brent to call make little one.
Yeah,
Because you
man.
know when Brent
That
go
milk.
enter his cup, Brent could come back with
He
2 3
must come
buckle of
back with
milk.
he must come back with milk. He must come back with milk. He must. You have to milk the cow.
Brent, every Tuesday and every
Mm.
Friday, I get in 2 bottles of milk on my door, 2
Right,
bottles
boom.
of milk. For how much
Yeah.
now?
Fresh milk.
Six pounds a month.
Why? 4 times a month you get in your milk. Fresh milk.
Fresh
From
milk
the
and
farm.
a bottle of orange juice with it.
Backside.
Brent,
Easy day.
if we have 2 farmers in Delices
Right.
with their cow, decide, you know what? Even if it's for $3 a bottle,
Yeah.
just because the cow milking, I'm going to
The
milk
cow
the
milk
cow.
in. Right.
I'm going to milk the cow. And I just going to bring it there for you.
Yep.
What
Twice a
Jay?
week. Fresh milk.
How you can tell me you're not comfortable paying the man for
Mm.
that? No.
That will be a service. You'd have to go to the
Paying your
store and
$5
buy it.
a bottle? No.
So it used to be back in the days, because when Jojo had his cow or Uncle Luis had his cow, they would drop their
Ostrom.
ostrom, they would drop their milk for you. They would drop their milk, and then you give them their little change, and they go check their scene. Yeah,
But
man. Marshall,
that
Ada,
is what I'm telling
all those
you there.
guys. Yeah, man.
That is what I'm telling you there when people used to say that our elders in the Larry, they were alcoholics. They were functioning. You didn't used to wake up before them, man. No matter how
No, boy.
drunk they were drunk. Their
Next morning,
priorities wasn't twisted.
it was not. It was not. They knew how to handle their business. Yeah, man. Now we have some good for nothing. On the line, we drinking. And when they wake up at 10 o'clock, sun waking up before them. And they have the newest Nike shoe in their foot. The latest t-shirt or the latest jeans pants. And the hair well fresh for the kids and them starving.
Brent, you have to stop. Stop Quick Babu. And picture Bois Bellevue.
Yeah.
From Quick Babu to Bois Bellevue.
Waziri.
To reach Tet Mullage and Brent. All them land there. People used to be fighting over them land to plant them with.
Big boy, what fighting over you? Debawi.
Family used to fight over them land there with.
Because it enough people, it had too much people, not enough land to work.
Now the land empty.
They can't,
and they cutting grass
on
the side of the road. Land that don't belong to them, they cleaning it. And flowers that don't behind fruit, they plant in it.
Look, I saw the Haitians were selling on every corner in Roseau. So the government decided to crack down on that and put them in the market, back in the market. So they were arresting the guys who were selling out of the market and stuff, because they were saying Haitians popping up all over the town, selling all different spots, agricultural
you cannot
produce.
stop Haitians from popping up. Haitians on a mission,
They're on a mission. They say $5 million a month going to Haiti. You thinking is PID making to make it? No, they're working hard to get their money. So Dominicans making money. So Dominicans have money. But we just the money
big
going
up Lion.
in areas.
Night.
Yeah, man. Boy, Lion, all them fathers is role models, when we have young man working hard. Them boy, you crazy, doesn't miss a day. Lion used to lime his line, but when it's come to go to Belvedere and hit his farm, his boy, you steady work. Steady work. So all those young men, they are cool. Those happy fathers day to fathers like Lion, like his father, Koyo. Those men set the trend for young men to follow. But some men now, some guys, they just fall by the wayside and didn't take care of their kids. So fellas, stand up and be like our role models. Take care of all the children. Fellas like Sony, kudos to you, man. Big up fellas like Rasmo. All them fellas there, big up to all you, man. Good dads we have around Tiger, Selu, Elford, Ali Fezan from Elford, masak you father, as a priest, but I Fezan
Elford,
from
Elford, you can't take my trend there.
our Elford.
You have to select a route of your own, Glenford. You
Our
have to
Elford
make
is
a route
father
of
already.
your own.
Elford have
Huh?
enough kids taken care of already, guys. Elford have got kids and everything there.
Oh,
God
shit.
will give it to him when he ready, but right now he busy work operating. He in the factory right now. He working in the factory right now.
The factory.
He in
Okay.
the factory working.
I'll mark that on my calendar.
Yeah, in the factory working.
I'll mark that on my calendar.
Lion we giving so in Delices now, Lion, we have a thing there now set up by Ronnie. If a father take his child and the child say give his father a drink by Ronnie, he can drink drinks from Justo, drinks from me, and drinks from Ian. So any father that can take his child and the child, Ronnie has that child, is your father taking care of you? And that child say, yes, daddy gets a drink.
Daddy gets in that drink, just
Our
like
fathers,
that.
they drink. But if that father bring that child by Ronnie and that child say, daddy never take care of me, Balpong, you could be from
Everybody
Dalis,
know too.
Puetica, La Plaine, bring your son Dalis and your drink there. Yeah, go by La Roche Finest and your drink there. Your fathers, they drink there. But if you go by Ronnie and that child say, daddy will take care of me, you pay. Fellas like Ahmed, fellas like Liz, them fellas that can go for their drink easy. We know them fellas, their handle vibration, fellas like Scratchy. Them fellas did a fantastic job.
All
Them
man
can
like
go
Kane, PC,
sobers. Yeah, man, Kirele.
Tobas.
Them fellas can go for their drink easy.
Oh, you madman.
That
Them,
Brio. Them fellas,
them
they are
man.
raised
Yeah,
the
man.
whole community. They would raise with an iron fist. They wasn't easy on them fellas. There was rock hard. But guess what? They did what they had to wake up early in the morning, go on the farm, get the work done, bring the money
But
home,
you have to
feed their
understand as
wife.
well now. Their methods came from somewhere.
They-
Is that they knew and is that make them make man? So they just checking now.
They have to pass
Because
it on.
right now I have a different perspective on how raising a child should be.
Yeah,
Because the environment I was brought up in and how I know to do it. If I tell you is that, it's not a conversation we have in.
yeah.
No, it's a conversation. Because your child is not just your child belongs to the state.
Back in my mind, just a phone call, okay, so
No, it's not that I telling you
I have to
no.
raise my finger on the kids.
And now you thinking to yourself, you want to give up because you're checking the only way to make that message across there now is to shake that child a little bit.
A backhand, a
You check
backhand.
me,
But the system
and now you want to
changed.
break the computer, but check you break the computer next week, the child going to want one too.
You have to buy it
So now
again.
you self just throwing money down the drain.
Yeah, so just
So you have to
patience,
look at
man.
things differently, man. Yeah,
You have to
man.
learn the new system, the new means and ways. And what they teach us is spare the road and spoil the child. And back then it's cool lane and kubaton, babwaya, and it's cool
Boy.
wash. Nah, man, fathers, you don't have to do that anymore. Right now, you can just talk to the kid and be the good example, and that kid will follow. The Bible says,
And
train
turn
a
off the
child
internet. Turn off
when
the
he's
internet in the
young.
house. If they don't
Train a
listen in.
child, train a child when he's young. So when he grows old, he shall not depart from it. And this is one of the things we have to follow train, because if when the child is young, say kuba tonga futa abondai, living igon, a psychonet, and in the back of his head somewhere in his subconsciousness, just some of the things that he's gonna practice. But if you show him love and you show him kindness, even though he gets in his middle ages where he acting crazily, but he'll come back to his senses eventually and he will sort it out. So we have to be the perfect examples. We have to be the change we want to see. Like myself, I told myself I wasn't going to have kids until I meet my father and he can explain to me why he does leave me Dominica on the behalf of faith. And until I got stable, as in settle, I wasn't going to move and I wasn't going away from my kids for two weeks for the longest. But that went out the door as I started having kids. But I ensure that they are taken care of on all accords. This is me. And I don't know, all men, it's not difficult, you know. If you have to go to the court system and tell them take out that amount of money every month on your paycheck, just give it to them, no problem. Handle your vibration, and you know what
But
to go
watch
make more
that
money
now.
to put in your
You don't
pocket.
doing it for how many months you don't doing it? Where you go in the court. All of a sudden the court taking it And 2 weeks later, you don't even notice in the cut taking it, yo.
No, man, you back to you normal nice. I telling
In the
you.
shop drinking the same way you
The
was
same
drinking
way, no,
before we.
life continues. So why you not making the sacrifice yourself and do it? It's easy, and that way it even better because you come to an agreement where you give her if it's 500 a month, and easy day. The court might tell you pay 7, but you and the mother not come to an agreement. But some mothers are difficult to work with, so you have to go to the court system where it's on paper and everything's stable.
But
Because some mothers might
is you
tell you
the father,
different.
is your fault too.
You you say blaming me father and the
Why don't
mother.
me ever was
Both of them fault. You blaming both the mother and both the father.
No, I blaming humans. My problem is human being. They want to
Human
make
being.
decisions
Yeah.
on they want to make decisions based on emotion for the moment, and later
Yeah.
on they want to come and cry.
You cry.
No,
Yeah.
you have to consider what is that decision you're making, if it is the right one, and what can be the long-term consequences.
Because at
Brent,
the end of the day,
my thing is, Brent, a man should not sleep with a woman he not happy having a child with, you know.
boom, point blank. Because at the end of the day, you're not punishing the woman, it's the child you're punishing, That money you're giving the woman is not for the woman,
Brent,
It's for the
in
child.
every war, the victim is always the innocent, you know.
Innocent because
You
they
think
are
the
the ones.
soldier that dress up in his army fatigue with his gun, you think when you kill him, you think he care?
Nope, he dead.
No, he was on a mission. It's you or him.
Is you or him.
But
If you
the
take him out.
civilians that walk in there, when they get the bullet, the amount of shout they shouting. So we have to
Yeah,
consider
kids.
them thing, man.
And the kids and them know that's suffering behind. So you as that man, that father there, be in your child's life. Call the mother. Even though you don't talk to the mother, text the mother and talk to the child. I've been talking to my little girl from since she was one time I went to the school. So I've been trying to go to Pennsylvania to see that child. So I'm driving to New York. So I passed through Pennsylvania inside, like about a 2-hour diversion to see the child. The first time I came, I called the daycare. I went to tell me, oh, the mother said, no, I can't come and see the child. The second time I said, you want me to call the police? I tell the daycare, I'll call the police to come and escort me to the school and see my child. And I did not leaving without I see my child, brother. So day by, I'm have a day by just there, nothing. So the third time now I came and I said to her, you know what? I'm gonna go to the school. Police or no police. She told me, oh, police will be there waiting for you. I went to the school, police was there. When this kid saw me, this kid said, Daddy! And he just said, no more identification needed. The police turned his back and he leave. Because she
There
tell the
you
police,
go.
I come and take her child to go steal her child. So the police
Yeah.
checking, okay, that is child abduction. So when I came, I tell the police, I have no intention of taking no child nowhere. I have no car seat in my car. Where am I going with the child? I came and visit my child. I'm going to New York City. I pull up my little ID and show him I'm a responsible citizen. He say, okay, I applaud you. Thank you for your
So
service.
that is a classic example.
Because I wasn't giving up. And
Peace.
she tried to block me from seeing my child. So there's some parents, some mothers now, multiple persons tell me, just wash your hands, pay your child support, and walk away. I refuse to give up. I say, the woman tell me I can never take her child and bring in my house. I tell her that is my child, just as much as your child, and I'm not gonna give up until I am able to get my daughter to come to my house and spend a week or two with me. You check me, and the woman checking, take me to court for full custody. More do what they fun. And I met a woman in Virginia, and she was like, so at 4 years, so I told her, listen, I've been back and forth in court. That's the longest I've, boy. I tell you, 4 years just I was fighting. You will tell me, just wait, give her 5 years, and things will turn around. And lo and behold, at exactly 5 years, you start seeing the difference. So the daughter will take the phone and call daddy. Now the mother will tell me, talk to your daughter, talk to your daughter. I'm like, holy shit. So right now, things are turning around. So
Right, time.
guys,
Sometimes it's
don't
time,
let
man.
the
Time is
mothers,
everything, man.
don't walk away. And she told me her ex-husband walked away at 4 years. And 5 years, the child had nothing to do with her. It's the uncles, aunties, and everybody else. But the father had walked away already. He continued paying child support, but that child never built a relationship with him. So fathers, do not let the moms determine if you have a relationship with your children. If that mother don't have nothing to do with you, but stay fighting. If I going down, I going down fighting, and I maintain that if I have to spend my last bottom dollar to see my kids, I will do it. So fathers, do not give up hope.
So
And
you're going to
some
so
mothers
you're
will
telling
drag
me now
you.
you're willing to spend your last bottom dollar to see your one kid. What about the other kids now? You're going to make them starve then?
What you mean? Nah, man. That's what I'm saying. So you have to rise to the occasion. I would make sure there is funding for everything. Everything is planned out nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And if this one don't work, this one coming through. And this one don't pull through, this one will pull through. But I say last bottom dollar, I mean, if I have to do what I have to do, I have to handle business. But everything, I have it time and it place. So those kids that are with me or I have access to, they will be coming. Like 2 weeks ago, I went to California, pick up my son. We flew up to Virginia. Went down to Virginia Beach, pick up my other son down there. We drive up to Pennsylvania, see my daughter, you know what I mean? We spend some time with her, and then
Yeah.
we follow
Let
the
me
route
give
again.
you my biggest household joke for the
Yeah.
year.
Uh-huh.
The daughter that turned 18, they decide to change her name to John.
Right. Right.
The other day, she ended up talking to her father,
Mm-hmm.
and her father asked her for her bank details. And she said, he asked her, "Who is that John? Who is that John?" She tell him that is my name.
Yeah.
How comes your name change? She said, that is the wrong question you're asking me.
Yeah,
You have to
boy.
ask me when my name changed.
Yeah.
He asked her when your name changed. She tell him over 2 years ago, and now you find out. He don't say
He's
nothing
not the
after
father.
that.
Boy, he's not the
He don't
father.
say
You know,
nothing after that.
this man take your place. This man take your place. Easy.
If it's a thing you had catch, Brent, 2 months, three
Fresh.
months down the line,
Yeah.
you could have said
Fresh
something.
than that. But too
But when
late.
years gone, that you expire, man.
That child 18 years already, a big woman, she can do what she wants.
So you have to
Why
take,
say it, Eva?
you have to keep contact, man. You have to keep
You
contact.
have to keep in touch with your children. You
Regardless,
cannot be like
regardless
the
your
mom.
circumstance.
You have to
Regardless your
stay
circumstance,
strong.
you can call your child at any time and say, you know what?
Yeah,
Daddy
man.
missing you know, but daddy don't have nothing he can send for you now. But when things change, if things change,
Yes,
however
man.
things may change, just know I still there.
So just to 2 months pass, I texting the woman, I calling the woman don't answer in my phone. I out at sea and I checking, I trying everything. When I came back, I go to the court, tell the court, listen, the woman don't want me to talk to my child, what's going on? And then they tell me every Sunday, I get to call every Sunday. So then when the child is with me, she wanna call every day. 3 times a day, I tell the woman, listen, I working, I'm not home. Oh, I want to talk to my daughter. Police come with my hopes, checking where the child is. I look the child right there. Well, I rush home now. I was 5 minutes from home in Florida. When the child is with me, she want to call every day. But when the child is with her, I could only call on a Sunday at 4 p.m.
She
I have to
can't
put an alarm
disturb,
on my phone. So,
your
so
time.
listen now. I took her back to court. I said, listen, when the child is with you, I should be able to call every day at any time. When the child is with me, you can do the same thing. So why should there be a time for me and another time for you? Those double standards where mothers get more privileges than guys in the
It
system.
too.
So it should be fair and square. The father should have the equal access to that child like the mother. But not to cut off. But some men have to keep fighting because they're not giving it to you. And when I go to court, I'll say, let's just set up for the rest of the child's life. They tell me, no, as we go along, we're changing. So which means the court taking our money. The first time we went to court, the mother paid 12,500. I paid $7,500. There's a 20 grand dead just to go to court to set up the rules and regulations to govern my child. Tell him, listen, I'm an adult. Let's work it out and fix the kinks and balance that stuff out. Oh no, that's why the court system is being paid. I say, but we're wasting our money. And the thing is, I don't want to give up because the woman want to take my child and I don't see my child.
Yeah,
There's no
you have
way
to keep the
I
fight.
gonna give up. No, if I just given up, probably right now, I'll just be like, to hell with it. But I'll be somewhere inside my heart to be telling me where you fuck up, my boy. You have a beautiful young daughter and you have no access to her, you know what I mean? And like the good shepherd, he left the 99 sheep he have that in the field, and the one that go off the edge, he going after it, That just to, like I said, I going after my last bottom dollar. Those I have there that secure. I don't worry with them. I'm going after the one that really have. And that is the kind of caring nature we have to have as human beings. We have to care about each other. We have to love our neighbors like ourselves. For them of our children that come out in our ways. We don't have to give up. Do not let the mothers scare you away. Because after a few years, they're gonna give up. They're gonna get tired of fighting. And they're gonna realize it best you guys work together because this child is gonna get to the point where she can understand. And when I tell her, listen, I show her all the text messages and all the emails and all the back and forth now and all the court papers. Guess what she will say? Holy shit. Because everything is being documented. And I keep in a file there for her. As soon as she's 18, yeah, I will show her file of all the documents and all the push and pull. So men, don't give up hope. Be good fathers to your kids. Because in turn, when you get older, even when you have a mother, so I was telling a partner, if you don't when you take care of your kids and you become old and they put you in a home, you have no reason to tell them anything, because you will not take care of them. When they put your tail in a home, I mean, although some fathers will take care of their kids, they still putting them in a home.
No,
But
putting from my point of view, putting you in a home isn't really a bad thing,
no. But some
He's
kids take
abandoning you
care.
in a home. He's abandoning you in a home. Santa de Barasa. There you go.
Nobody but you who want you don't have no money, you don't have nothing. Who wants you with them? No, but if you have belongings, everybody wants you to stay with them because they want you to give them your riches. What I'm saying is it shouldn't even be like that. Your kids should be happy to have you living with them because you take care of them, you give them everything they have, and you check me, you checking your vibration good. If you have a good relationship with your kids, some fathers cannot call their kids, or if their kids don't call them tomorrow, they can't tell their kids nothing. Because they never call the kid for their birthday. They never send a Christmas gift. They never send a pata. The kids will see them in the road and they give them coupes. So why we have them kind of a buso lavi in the lawi? Because the fathers and them never stood up and assist the parents raise those children in the right way. Take them to church. Go to church with them. You check me. They have to do the positive things. Fathers like Richard, positive role models in the sports area. You check me. Those guys now, we were seeing those guys raising up, even though my father wasn't there. But we had so much of a positive community outlook on the whole operation that motivate to be a good person. So we have to continue setting those examples for the younger generation that following us. We can't have kids growing up and they don't have a father.
You mentioned Richard there. I have to mention Brad too, man.
Yeah, man, Bran, all them fellas. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mentioned
Yes,
Rolly.
man. Them fellas, they did their part. You check me? When you're on the playing field, I'm going to tell you.
Betsy.
Yes, man. All them fellas there, man. They was positive in the community, man. Kudos to them. But we need more young men to take their position because some of them gone. And no, who's gonna fill their position? If you guys don't take care of your kids, you guys don't show love to the community. Ça va arriver nous allons fini comme savon blé. We're gonna disappear. So we have to tell the young men, be strong, be firm, be fair, love your own, love what is not yours, and love every human being. So we have to bring that back. When one neighbor have their body fee, they give all the neighbors fire, man. You have one cube, you have two cube, that neighbor don't have their cube, the person don't have a little bit of salt. You come and get it from the neighbor house. You check. So that way is a union, is a community, unities all over. So right now there, we're trying to push one thing and we're trying to push other things. If we get the young men and the young women in the village to do their sports and excel in sports, the community group excel in.
Yeah, man.
Next is education. Next is making sure our cemetery nice and clean. So we're trying to organize where it stays clean, not business when somebody dies, we can cut grass in the cemetery. No, man, we can mark everybody grave with a name plate. They know who that there. When the tourists come in the community, they can walk the community, they walk the cemetery, and they can check the names of the people, like the elders. We have a gazebo, we have a little bathroom, a little toilet. We have one by the playing field. So our tourists know that walking from Bodlame to the village, they can relieve themselves in the potty. These are the things we have to do for us to advance ourselves. We're trying to go into tourism, but we're not setting up the place for growth. Come on, the tourists now come out America or England or Canada. They have never peed outside or pooped outside. You was here. Say mother as a mother.
Brent, on a different note, I want to put a request out there. Can anybody in the housing complex send me some pictures of the basketball court now? I would like some pictures of the basketball court.
Because I was told Galakan, but MMCE had put some concrete because while they were pouring the concrete in the apartment on the basketball court, and it was overgrown with brush. And they said before they leave, sign off on the apartment complex, they were gonna clean the basketball court. But somebody signed off on it and they did not clean it. And the little embankment going towards the apartment complex, they didn't put a retaining wall to prevent dirt from going on the basketball court. After they build the complex, obviously they build a little mountain.
Forget the retaining wall. We had a big drain there.
Yeah, that
a drain was dug there to prevent the soil and the water from going on the basketball court.
All that was blocked to construct the apartment because
you'll have to talk to the contacts on the ground, Brent. I need some pictures.
the initial roadway was in the basketball court to go to the apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? So that was where they were using a back and forth. When all the dump trucks, Carl and Justin were carrying the tarish, or Carl, that's where he was passing from down in the basketball court into the apartment complex. So I guess that's been clogged. So yeah, but so that's one of the things we have to do because the apartment complex there, the basketball should be rolling or playing field up and running. Right now, we should be looking to build a little kids playground. You know, yeah, man, we have to create stuff, or else who gonna do it for us?
Because somebody saying it have a playground next to the apartment.
Who that say that there?
I don't know.
You mean the playing field now? Say okay,
Probably.
playground.
So
Just
that's why I say somebody send me some pictures, man. Send us some pictures. Send
I
it to
saw some
Brent or send it
pictures
to me.
of the cemetery. Let me see if I can pull up some of them. And
My
it's wild
my
west that there, you
WhatsApp
know.
down for the time.
It's wild west that there, you know. Let me get it on my phone. It's wild
Samsung
west.
hijacked my phone.
I
Yeah, I have
telling
to
you,
factory reset back to starting, man.
it's a wild west. Let me see if I can get them for you there real fast. There is there now. So I will send it over to my computer from my phone. So I'm send it to my Facebook so you guys can see it. Puis bon, c'est loin, man. Yes, because let me show you the pictures of the cemetery a little bit. Mais c'est ça le concernant. You know, patchy pot to it, man. Oh yeah, it is. Boom. And this one is the complex. All right, let me send that one to my Facebook so that way just you can see it. Share. And it's gonna go to Messenger. Boom. So okay, voy about just to so I can go on and watch it and send it to you. Boom. All
No,
right.
you can't send it to me yet. My WhatsApp down.
No, I send it to your Facebook so I can see it in my computer.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna share my screen from my computer to see it. You know what I mean? You copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me go on there, open my Facebook, and then yeah. Technology, you know, just to. So I can show the people that picture. Sign in, sign up. Boom. All right, open right into it. So that way we can show the people the apartment complex. So you can see the basketball court from the apartment complex, right? So now opening Messenger right now. Ouvrez en allemand pour nous finir ce bagage à la vite, all right. Just to John. Boom. All right. Open the picture. Right. Processing. Katavai. The more active way. All right. Picture open. All right. Let's go over to the studio and we're going to share screen. Boom. It's going to request which one. Windows. Tab. All right. Facebook. Nine. Boom. Can you see it, Justo? Yes,
Okay.
you guys can see it. So as you guys can see, there is no rim or anything. I can't see the rim or anything. So you can see the cemetery, the look, because the apartment is in the background. So this is the condition. They spread the grass, but it's already growing, and they had quite a bit of rain. So they can clearly, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Bakit mo zoom in? No, bakit mo zoom in? Kita mo zoom in asui. Oh yeah, I could zoom in. So you see any basketball rim, Justo?
No.
So you see the zoom in? So I zoomed it in closer and I'm not seeing any basketball, anything. Right. So the basketball court's supposed to be right in that area right here, right?
Yep.
The whole flat area, and you can see brush
above that head, that flower there.
Yeah, right
That is
over
the
here, right?
basketball court.
That should be right here in this area. So you can clearly see the apartment complex. And this is like
slide that photo to the left, Brent.
yeah. You can clearly see nothing that's showing the sign of rims or basketball there, and that rim probably flat down somewhere.
So
Yeah,
if we're going to build, if we're trying to build a playground, why we not trying to get back what we already have to start with? Because that's an easier project, you know.
yeah, it's a easier project because you can see clearly that the basketball court got kind of pushed to the side for the apartment complex. So right there now, that tells you sports on a whole is taking a back seat to everything else in the community. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So definitely now we have to organize and set a vibration in the place. So some of the things we're trying to highlight, because we can't move forward if the little things we have we can't maintain them. Some of the little things we can maintain to keep our community working together, because not everybody like football, not everybody like cricket, not everybody like basketball. So either one of them now, any event you have, people will come out for certain sports. So why can't we have all of them? Or we have a swimming pool where young people can go and learn to swim, or even become professional swimmers, a track and field. So all of these little things we're trying to develop as time goes by, and we're starting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But with continued support and with continued pressure on the persons that are in charge to give the people something to work with. The people cannot be there in boredom. We have mental illness challenging our kids and depression. We have to create an easy atmosphere, an atmosphere that is conducive to learning, to growing, to achieving the maximum capabilities, you know what I mean? So we have to do that. We can't just stay there and agree, et comme ça bagaille, et comme ça bagaille. Nah, nah, et pas comme ça, we could fix it. Little by little, stone by stone, brick by brick. But one person can't do it by themselves. Everybody have to come together. Everybody have to chip in the penny. See the churches. They all were able to build those big, humongous buildings. No one person did it by themselves. Everybody put a dollar in the collection box. Every week they collected. They didn't do it over one period. The Pentecostal church, for instance, is people from the community that came together and with donations from here and there and build that massive building. So we can continue to grow our community, but
And
we have to come together.
the difference between us and the church is that every time we build one church, they want another church. So we're trying to build one playing field. We don't want another playing field. We don't want another
One,
sporting complex.
and
One
that
we
will be
building
there.
for the entire community. Don't have no division in sports.
Nope.
You
It's
see how many?
youth
This
group.
is the community with the most churches on the island. You know, Delices.
On the
And
island,
we're not even talking about those that closed down already. And all
we
we're asking
Papa.
is for us to come together and build one nice playing field. Where when we go back home, we know every Sunday, Saturday evening, we on the playing field, the children playing, everybody happy. Ice pop selling, peanut selling, guempe selling, and the cycle
Just name it.
continues.
Just name it. Just name it, man. And the vibration there. But
And the
next
cycle
budget, next
continues.
month, I'm urging the government to put aside some money for daily playing field, our bridge back road, and a factory. Either a Toluma factory that could employ 50 to 100 young people, and boom, because as soon as our road open, we get in our hotel Point Miller, right? So I'm gonna bring back our Jungle Bee. You know what I'm saying? So
I
right
don't
there
know
now,
where you get that Espamal Papa you have there, but
nah,
carry
man,
on.
you have to speak
It's
it in,
better to be hopeful.
you have to speak it into being. You can't just stay there and not
You gotta
tell
speak it
them
into
what we
existence.
want. Speak it into existence. Because right now there, them fellas checking their minds somewhere else.
Hold on now. We have the manager and the owner of Laroche Finest
La
there.
Roche Finest. All right. So La Roche Finest,
Sir, you live on my program tonight, sir.
yeah.
Right? Tomorrow, right? Any father that come in that shop with their child, right? Brent, Ian, and Justo telling you, if the child say, give my father a drink for his Father's Day, give that child a drink.
The
All right?
father, the father.
Give the father a drink. That is what we're doing for them for their Father's Day.
Yeah. But if the child say
And
no, no drink.
if the child say no, that is not a good father. My father don't look after me. You have no right to give them a drink.
If
Okay?
Amede pass there, give Amede a drink. If Hercules
Yeah.
pass there, give Hercules a drink. If Baba pass,
But
give
go and
Baba
check
a
the
drink.
last 10 minutes of our life because we're going to put our list together for you.
If Baba pass, give Baba a drink. If
All
Scratchy
right.
pass, give Scratchy a drink. You know what I'm saying? These are
Anyway,
men
take it
that
easy. We there. We develop in the community.
yes,
That's why
man.
we do it.
Stone by stone, brick by brick, man.
Brick by brick.
Yeah, man.
You
Fine
see, I
tuning.
ring first. You see, I ring first question. You're asking if I finish on my life.
You know, we all every Saturday. We don't miss in.
You already passed through, you
So
know.
persons locally, persons in the diaspora, please support the breakfast action because as you can see, look at the state of the of in front of the apartment complex. Not even the
Oh,
grass.
look, Mr. Williams on our live. Mr. Jude Williams, can we have
Dude,
some
what is
pictures of
that?
the basketball court?
Yeah, we just sent
And we would like some pictures
footage.
on where you all have the intention of putting
Playground,
the facility, the
kids
playground
playground.
facility.
Big up to you one time, man. Jude was the young man I spoke to in regards to the breakfast coming up tomorrow for fathers. At least somebody's considering doing something for the fathers, you know what I mean? So we have to continue supporting the fathers because without the fathers, there is not a family nucleus. It have to be the father, the mother, and the kids. It can't be the
Yeah,
mother
man.
alone or the father alone. It have to be the group. They have to come together. So right away, we have to support the fathers to let them know we care about them and they have to care about their families. You know what I mean? Set the example for everyone to work together. So tomorrow is check Janelle, check Jude Williams, check Hubert Moses, and the entire complex committee. You know what I'm saying? Yes, man, support the vibration. Thanks, Didi. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. You don't know. We have fellas like Jude taking care of their family, you know what I mean? Blessed to continue do the good works, you know what I mean? Raising the families and doing big things, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Well,
man, we can't stop that.
Jude don't have much of a choice. Jude have about to leave up half time.
Boy, his father was a massive, massive,
Jude have
massive.
his father, and he have his father to follow up half time.
Some big shoes to fill in right there. You know, he can't
Oh,
slack
no.
because Mister will come back.
There is you
Yeah,
from. You have to say Petam shoes.
yeah, pit them.
Petam, not big. Petam.
So
Petam
massive
shoes to
man,
fill, man.
pit them,
Yeah,
man, pit
man.
them, mama shoes, man. You have to fill those big things,
But
man. You can't
I
slack.
don't believe Jude start late though. I just believe he go catch up.
You checking that there?
Yeah, man.
All right, one bullet do that. One bullet do that. Do that is one bullet, and you make it count, and that is it. You don't have more again. Why say Weston? Big up to you one time, man.
We
I
out
just
there,
messing
man.
with
We
you. I
out
just
there, man.
messing with you.
We have to keep our community alive, bro.
Yes, man. We have to keep it
We have to
alive.
keep our community alive. That's all we have at the end of the day.
It's the
Regardless where we
community.
go, somebody can always make us feel uncomfortable. But
Yep.
this is the one place when you stand up and you raise your head and you tell
Yeah.
that person what you tell them there, you know you home.
Yep.
And like them
Oh
boy
man.
always say, we have bang water to come here.
It's dope. Shit, we born yeah. And like I was saying
Ban
earlier,
here.
my friend have that shit that says born. Only the t-shirt I usually wear on the live just though. That's a born, my friend from New York, Valeska Shillingford. And those shirts are very strong. It's a born and a map of Dominica. So it says born. And I think you probably have seen it around a few times. So if you go
Yeah,
on the
man, I
previous
seen you with
lives,
it still.
right, I've always wearing those. And it's a born. I ain't gotta tell you more. You know I was born and raised
No, man.
on the rock.
Follow
You
the
know what I
map,
mean?
bro. Follow the map.
Yeah, man.
Follow the
But
map.
all the great fathers who's been taking care of their kids and taking care of the family, kudos to you guys. Continue the good work. And tomorrow, Father's Day, we can take a drink as fathers. I mean, you
And
guys
I
can.
can tell all you, and I can tell all you it's not so hard because I start up with free.
Yeah.
I never had none, and I start with free. So some of what are trying to
Nothing but
make that thing seem
difficult.
impossible, man.
It's easy, man. It's easy. Not a hard thing.
It's
But
a
my
teamwork, yeah. It's a teamwork, and if the team ain't right, the team ain't right. But if you
so
decide to be a nominee for the team, you decide to put yourself on that team. You have to play, man.
you have to. Okay,
If you cannot make the 6 runs and the 4 runs, you have to hold the wicket.
take the singles.
You have to hold the wicket. You have to play that ball as long as
Yeah,
you
man.
can.
To hold strong, man. I tell you,
Yeah.
4 years, 5 years passed, and I was still hanging in, and then the fifth year. The wickets become easy. I can see the balls in them big now. I put in that in the boundary. Bow. You check me. I can sit down there now and call you and call and say, come in and see my child. And okay, that's all she can say. Because guess what? I laid on the framework before. Because on day by I would pass there, driving up to New York and checking, boy, I want to see my child here in a couple of months. Let me just stop and see the child and say hello. See how the school environment is. I would set up my timing just to be able to do that, but deny. All le modi to heleve sa mka vinye l'école la kade za fwa mwen. Si yo le lak le mo. One time I was living in Pennsylvania and the officer called me from his private phone. So I tell him, who are you? What precinct are you from? So I called the precinct to verify who he was. So he asked me, where are you? I said, I'm like 2 hours away from Pennsylvania already. He told me, oh, you got a report that I was coming to steal my daughter. So I said, why would I come and steal my daughter? I was coming to visit. He told me, no, somebody called and made a report. I said, who called? He told me that is some BS, but I knew exactly who called already. So fathers, don't give up. Do not give up on your kids. Because at the end of the day, you give up, you're losing a beautiful relationship with your child. This is something you cannot forge. It can't be counterfeit. That child saw you were absent for like just that. Now she had a void that probably the father wasn't there. So he filled that void. But you as the father now created that void. You can't come back and fill in that void later. He pack a fait comme ça. Like my dad want me to call him daddy. You think that can never happen? He pass a fait encore. Somebody already take that spot. I call my grandfather daddy for all those years and now I call you daddy. That is a conflict right there. I cannot call two people daddy. You can't have two gods.
Your conscience working twice as hard,
Beat
man.
me. It will beat me. So fathers, do not let somebody else take that shine and get the daddy, and all of a sudden, no, you want to beat your chest tomorrow and drink your rum and say, I have children as a father. The Father's Day bottle will be on the table and you cannot take a drink because you're not a father. You can't even call your child on the phone. So mark you that if you can call the child on the phone and the child say yes, because some people not drop the kids in their foot. So if the father can call the child on the phone and in front Ronnie, Laroche Finest, the child say yes, give daddy a drink, the father can get that drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some fathers probably some kids, rose on the father Delices or the kids overseas. Yeah, give the fathers their drink, man. Yeah, man. So we have to say again, just though it's been a couple hours, it was a pleasure talking to you, giving the fathers their roses
Yeah, man,
while they're alive,
it's there we strong way. It's a
and
good thing nobody do paying us. Because if they
roasting the
was paying
fathers,
us, they would not be able to afford us straight.
and roasting the fathers that not taking care of their kids, so they can start taking care of their kids. You check me?
Listen, good for nothing fathers, big up all yourself. And the good for nothing mothers that decide to put all you in them position there. Clean up all your act. Yeah. Put all your thing together. All you cannot go out to have a good time and meet demand all you know that have 2 children that not looking after the children. Decide to go and lay in bed with him and then now we have one child for you. All you saying is good for nothing. You cannot meet a man you know your whole life doing nothing. Sit down there whole day doing nothing and all of a sudden you have child with him and expect him to move mountains. It don't working so. That is wickedness. Stop lying to yourself. And the worst person for a human being to lie to is themselves. Yeah. So good for nothing mothers and good for nothing fathers come together and do something. For the children's sake. For the sake of the children, the little innocent children.
And then Father's Day, you can beat your chest and say, I have a father and I can take a Father's Day drink on the behalf of my hard work and my continued support for the children and the community, man. Let us do that, man.
Yeah, and I want to pick up Philip same way. Pick up Philip. Good
Yeah,
father
man.
as well. Man in the community, straight.
Yes, man. So like Gaspar, man.
Mr.
Yes,
Bonnie.
man. Yeah, man. Ooh, we do business. A lot of people, boy. Tolly and we call Tolly earlier, right?
Tolly.
Sweffy.
Africa.
Toto.
Why?
The fellas stood
Joe.
up,
Daddy
man.
Joe.
Joke book. Oh yeah, Joe. Yeah, man, Joe will tell you,
Lucien.
m'a fait enfants. But mon livre en partie des enfants.
Hachi.
Yeah, man,
How
on
I
party.
telling you,
Man.
bro.
Fellas like Gay was down there, man. Those guys were
Yeah,
strict,
man.
Saint man. Yes, man. Border, man.
But anyway,
A lot. My people stay blessed.
It's so it
One
is.
love. Bell, man.
Big
Daddy
up, big
Bell,
up,
man.
big up, big
See.
up, big up fathers like Raymond Blackmore as well, Minister of Security. Just had a young baby couple years ago. I don't know what her name is. Although
Baby Sarah.
Austri spelled it. Huh?
Baby Sarah, what you talking about now?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm school children calling her.
Okay, I don't know. I
Yeah.
said the same
Big up
time.
themselves same time. Firstly, big up yourself.
Cousin Simeon, he's a father as well. You know, happy Father's Day in
But
advance, brother.
and it was his
Yeah,
birthday
man.
too.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
man,
yeah,
that
yeah.
man make that man make 50 years look young, boy.
Boy, big number on him there, you know. Big number with my cousin there, boy.
That man
Shit.
make 50 years look young, man.
Why,
But we
why,
can do
why,
it, man.
why?
We can do it. We can build our
Yeah,
own
man.
community, man. We can
Yeah,
build our own
man.
community.
You have to
Because
start doing it.
at the end of the day, they left it up to us. They've neglected us, abandoned us, and left us to fend for ourselves. You know, just like the wayward children on the street that had to struggle for themselves, didn't know. All they was hearing people like Brent saying, Brent tell you, all he hearing when he grew up is your father in New York.
Yep.
But he cannot see nothing that write New York on it. Not even a t-shirt that have New York on
Yeah.
it he have.
Yeah. I tell
So
you.
that is the position we're in the country. Our government wicked. But we have nothing, we have no income to show for it because it not trickling down to us. And like teacher Melissa said, do gravitating downwards.
Yeah.
So we have plenty we have plenty thing to work on, man.
Yeah. You have to
People open
stay
your
working,
mind,
man.
embrace the opportunities you have to think. And sometimes think out loud as well, because sometimes some people don't know how to process their thoughts. So if you
Yeah.
think out loud, you see somebody in a situation that's a bit uncomfortable, have a conversation with them.
Yeah, man. And don't
Because
forget.
like they say, the mind is a terrible thing to waste, and if
Oh,
somebody
yes.
have the mind and
Definitely.
they don't know how to process it, it can send them crazy. That's how
Bro.
anxiety and all
No, don't
depression and
forget.
all them things come from, man.
If you haven't placed your order for breakfast, it's not too late. Jude is on the live right now. You could Facebook Jude and let him know. Put a breakfast order in for you.
Jude,
Your parents down there.
post a number
I
where we
have the
can place the orders, man.
thing on
Give
my
us a
face.
number.
Yeah, like give me a number, Jude. Let me put your number on there one time so people
Post a
can come
number.
on the
Post
live
your number in the chat.
and see. Yeah. Just to pin his number. When you put it in, just to pin it. Jude, put your
We are
number
free
up.
platform, you know, Jude. We don't charging for advertisement, you know.
I think I have Jude the thing in my thing. Let me look it up. Let me pull it up.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
Chrissy.
man.
Look, Chrissy, somebody tell Chrissy we mentioned Papa.
Okay. Yeah, man. Them man, they play their part, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you, Chrissy. I saw your daughter skating there, boy, in the park. The rollerblades is something, the skating shoes is something I never good on it.
Those
Never
fellas
good
did
on
their
it.
part, man. They did
But
their
I tell
part.
you,
They really suffered.
all these men in the communities, people we just knew and we just had to have the respect for them same way.
Yes, man.
It wasn't something that we were compelled to do, you know. It's just that
Nope.
you saw these people and you knew they were men.
Yeah.
You get me? It's like you see a
Yeah.
tree and you know you can climb the tree or you know you cannot climb it.
That's it.
And these
That's
men
it.
were like trees we knew we couldn't climb.
But you crazy? You got mess with them fellas there? They be
we
mad.
playing bad boy up and down in the street every day, up and down making
Oh
noise,
boy.
cursing each other. But when them man say, who that curse there?
Boy, you in your college you doing?
Kimukishiwela. That is the end of the conversation.
Boy, you
Nobody did. No dog,
run
no
you.
back, man.
Nope. Run you
And
running for
bro,
your life. Eh?
these were happy days, man. These were
Yeah,
happy
man.
days, man. Happy days, man.
Fellas, make sure the community
Happy
stay in
days.
line, man.
Yeah, man.
So
And
I will
we
put the post. I will share the flyer when we get off the live. So you guys can go to my Facebook and see the flyer for that breakfast tomorrow. So it's still not too late. You could Facebook Jude, Facebook Hubert,
Janelle.
Facebook Janelle, the entire apartment committee. Yeah, man. But stay blessed. So tomorrow, don't forget tomorrow
And
is Sunday.
and
If
the
you're unable
apartment
to do
committee, we would like some pictures of the basketball court and where you all propose to put that thing there.
one time, man. Don't forget
Because
tomorrow is Sunday. If you are going to church, pray for the absent. If you're not going to church, say a prayer at your home. That works too. They said, where one or two are gathered in my name, there I shall be. So do that and let us all grow together in unity and in love, man.
And if you don't understand what the pastor or the preacher say, don't say amen. Wait for after church and ask him what did he meant by that.
That's
and
all.
why did he say that? Because now
Yeah.
a lot of us getting trapped in education because we doesn't ask questions. Our leaders, our spiritual leaders are teachers too, don't let them fool you, They not all that come in his name are worthy of using his name. So feel free to ask questions. It's just a pity I learned that too late. But it seems like if I was there now, every 5 minutes in the church I'd be stopping the priest, man.
Asking what's
Every
happening.
5 minutes I'd be stopping the priest. Because I have plenty questions, man. As a grown man now, I have plenty questions for the church.
By now you know all the answers already.
I have plenty questions for the church and the church leaders.
Yeah.
Because
by now you'll be sharp already.
they are all because the way I looking at them is like they're all moving like sheep now. All with their head down, all of them with their head down and just waiting to see if they get help.
Wow.
They already get help from God. You all have faith. What help are you looking for again?
Yeah, it's a lot to assist, give the people the help now. Why?
We have a bishop down to tell us about things that happen in America.
We won't do. Okay, just to look, I get it right now. So just to type Jude's number in 245-6814. So you can contact Jude, Bert, Stacy, Janelle, or Charmaine. So you have any of this person's number. Let me just share the screen so that way everybody can see it on there. Let me open it up.
Oh, you have the flyer?
Yes, I have the flyer on there. Let me share that screen on my Facebook. So it's a 9. Just share screen. Boom. All right. So here it is. All right. Let me expand it a little bit so you guys can see clearly. So it's a Delices Apartment Committee Father's Day breakfast sale. So they have feed, bakes, banana, and banana peze. So, and after any free sides, saute saltfish, stuffed eggs, sauce, fried plantain, saute sausage, garden salad, drink, cocoa tea, plantain juice, cacao, passion fruit juice, ginger beer, and I guess add-ons only $3. Bless a father with a meal. 2021 is it June 20th, 2021. Is it June 9th? Advance still from, I guess, free delivery from Delices to Botica. Delivery starts at 8:30 a.m. Tickets can be purchased from committee members. Contact Jude at 245-6814.
Okay.
245-6814. Bert at 617-1560. 617-1560. Stacy at 617-3358. Janelle 612-0767. Charmaine 617-1560. So ensure that you guys patronize them. Show the fathers that you care. Show the fathers that we don't forget about them. I bet you some fathers tomorrow are gonna be like, and they receive a little breakfast platter. So ensure you guys go on my Facebook. I just shared it again.
What kind of breakfast it is? Is it veggie breakfast or veggie and meat, or is there variety?
I just read the breakfast list to you, Pastor Moment.
Yes, I can see it too.
Oh, but so fig and bakes and banana is a salad, egg sauce, fried plantain, saute sausage, garden salad, and cacao tea, plantain juice. So make up whatever you want.
Okay.
Passion fruit, ginger beer.
No, what I wanted to know is it coming like a buffet style? You can choose what you want on your order.
Oh, free delivery.
Order.
Oh yeah, you tell them
what I want to know is you put in your request and you put your list of what you want in your container.
Okay.
For your delivery. Or is it a fixed delivery? Like vegetarians getting that, meat eaters getting that?
Or like for instance, Evelyn don't eat processed foods, so you will only get like bakes and fig and saltfish, right? And
There
probably his
you
garden
go.
salad.
There
So
you
they told
go.
me they know cocoa diet already, so they know exactly what cocoa will want. You know
And
what I mean?
that's
And
what I'm talking about. Is it customized
it's customized
meals?
based on the person.
Okay.
That
All
is
right.
absolutely right.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
And they deliver. So yeah. So Jude, if you have any other questions, just feel free to ask Jude, and Jude will be able to answer them. Yeah, man,
Right.
let's bring the community forward and help the people and them, because those elderly persons now, instead of giving a stranger that they don't know their property, you are the one taking care of them locally. They will in turn hand over whatever they have to you. So be nice to the elderly persons. Don't let them fall by the wayside, and let us move the society forward. With that being said, I was just giving my what they call it, my exit speech. So you guys know Corona is still around. Don't be like me during the Corona. Don't get the Corona. Stay healthy. Stay strong. If you have to wear your mask when you're in public, please wear your mask. If you take the vaccine already, kudos to you. If you haven't taken it yet and considering taking it, weigh your options. Speak to your doctors. Make sure everything, all your dots, I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, and everything, working in your favor. Good. Yeah, man. So you don't know. We love you all. We care for you all. Stay blessed. Stay humble. And you guys, I always say, a finger can't go through the screen. If I put my fist together, it's a mash up the whole computer. So my people, come together. Stay together. One love. Peace out.
Yeah, myself, my end words always causing turbulence. Yeah. My exit speech is always on high winds on the top of mountains. But anyway, people, everybody stay blessed, stay strong. Think, think, think. Don't take nothing for face value them days. Because there's a lot of illusions going out there. Try to be the wisest person in the room. You doesn't always have to be, but you have to aspire for that. Go and support the thing tomorrow. Go and get your breakfast. Go and get your, what was it, Brent? Sauce, your banana patty, your saltfish, your whatever. There's food for all
Mix,
people.
cacao tea,
Bro,
banana
it's
juice,
not
plantain juice,
cacao, it's cacao.
cacao.
Cacao. It's a chocolate. Yeah. So go
It's a
get your
chocolate.
cacao tea.
Cacao.
Yeah, with your
A tree mother.
plantain and your whatever.
Yes,
But
man.
guess what? It's a community thing. It's the people's thing,
Yes, man.
and it's just to help develop the environment so it's
Yes,
more
man.
child friendly.
Friendly
Because
stuff.
apparently our architects and engineers did not consider that there will be kids living in these facilities,
Yeah.
or they don't care. So we have to do for ourselves as members of the Republic of Delices. We have to do for ourselves. Let us try to help each other. And happy Father's Day to each and every one of those fathers out there. Those well appreciated fathers, those good for nothing fathers, the soon to be fathers. I'm just decide, you know what? I go help a father raise his child too, man. Them
Yeah,
jacket
man.
hangers, you
Yeah,
know.
man. Happy Father's Day to them too, man. What time?
Remember, a child is innocent, yeah?
Yeah, man. Take care of the
And if you
children,
help
man.
that child today, when you grow older, that child will help you when that child grow up.
Easy.
So
Easy.
bless up and stay strong, people.
All right.
We're out.
You don't
That's
know.
us talking dailies for the night.
Yes,
It was a
man.
nice flashback, but still.
Oh, yes. All right. Good night, my people. Bless up.